I awakened the power to control lightning. But my classmates laughed at me, calling me useless. Just because the lightning I summoned was only caterpillar-sized. And its power wasn't even stronger than a Duracell battery. So I became nothing more than a bottom-tier esper. Seeing this, my fiancé broke up with me publicly. Even my so-called best friends cut ties with me for good. But I wasn't angry at all. In fact, I sneered inside. As someone from another world, I know lightning is incredibly powerful. I possess the Taoist Five Thunders ritual, the protective Jing Guang spell from Dragon Tiger Mountain, the elusive thunder technique, soul-shattering lightning powers. In my original world, these ranked among the top spells. Definitely not some harmless trash. Right now, I'm sitting in class thinking about all this. Suddenly, a cold voice from the podium interrupts me. Let me remind you one last time. The martial arts entrance exam is risky, students may die. Those with awakened powers below D rank. I suggest you don't choose the martial arts exam. You can still change your application now. Homeroom teacher Chen Fan finished speaking, and his gaze landed right on me. I obviously understood what he meant. Each year, low-level awakened students die during the exam. And I'm the first to retake the test with only a level 1 power. But I stubbornly met Chen Fan's mocking glare. At that very moment, a system notification sounded in my mind. Deep Blue system is activating. Seeing me still insist on taking the martial exam, Chen Fan got even more sarcastic. You really won't switch to the academic exam? With your power, you're just cannon fodder. Why not pick the safer academic exam? Just be a normal person. I ignored Chen Fan's taunting. To survive in this world, passing the martial exam, getting stronger is the only way. Plus, I just activated my system. Although, I don't know what it actually does yet. But it must be decent. After school, I hurried home nonstop. My parents died to wild beasts years ago, so now I live alone. Which makes it easier to explore the system. As I start up the Deep Blue system in my mind, all around me, countless blue lightning arcs appeared, making me look just like a ball of electricity. With a sharp crackle of arcs, endless lightning struck the center of my living room. In an instant, everything it touched exploded. Such a huge blast naturally got the neighbors' attention. Lots of people called the fire department. Some even ran away in fear. But I didn't notice any of that. Still lost in the transformation of my powers. And maybe, because my powers were changing, the once clear sky outside turned dark with clouds. Like nightfall in a flash. Low thunder rolled in waves. Strikes of purple lightning twisted through the clouds like dragons. Such strange weather sent all of Jiangqing's people into a panic. Worried, a lightning-wielding beast might be about to invade the city. The military stationed in Jiangqing was also on high alert, entering rare combat readiness. Meanwhile, my transformation hit its final stage. A bolt of purple lightning crashed down from above, like a dragon, flowing into my body. The lightning circling me got sucked in like a tidal wave. With a roar, my transformation was complete. Purple lightning kept surging from within me, making my eyes light up. Now, my lightning power isn't as weak as before. Because what I awakened is one of the ancient top 10. The purple heaven divine lightning, with power to destroy gods. As I calmed down from the excitement, I realized things got a bit out of control. The living room looked like it got hit by a missile. I couldn't find anything left intact. Luckily, I managed to control it just in time. Otherwise, the lightning could have blown up the whole building. Just then, an urgent knock hit the door. Before I could react, boom, the whole door got kicked out. A group of firefighters appeared before me. When they saw there was no fire, and a living person was standing there, they froze on the spot. Facing the firefighters at my door, I simply explained, I possess electricity powers. That noise was just my powers awakening. No one was hurt. Didn't tell them the truth. Once they knew no one was injured, they left in a hurry. After they left, I grabbed my spear by the wall and headed out too. Tomorrow is my exam day. Before that, I need to see how strong the purple heaven lightning made me. How much did my power really grow? I'm headed to the Thunder Martial Arts Gym. The owner who founded the gym is also a lightning-type esper. Who knows, maybe one day, I could even start my own gym. Soon, I entered the Thunder Gym's main hall. But I spotted a familiar face in the crowd. I smiled and greeted the tall girl in front of me. Chi-Chi, what brings you to Thunder Gym too? She's my cousin Tang Chi-Chi. Since my parents died young, my aunt in Jiangqing would often check in on me. After a while, I got close to this cousin. But ever since Tang Chi-Chi awakened with a B-rank power, and I only got level 1, we hardly stayed in touch. Tang Qiqi didn't expect to see me at the gym. She looked surprised, then nodded and said she was here with a friend. After a bit of small talk, I politely left. For him, maybe we're just from different worlds now. Just as I walked away, the tall girl next to Tang Qiqi asked curiously, "Who is he?" When she learned I'm Tang Qiqi's cousin, her eyes lit up. Does this mean I finally get a boyfriend? But the next second, Tang Qiqi's words killed her interest instantly. Xiaoya, my cousin only awakened level 1 power. He's joining us for the martial exam this year. After Xiaoya heard that, she quickly went back to her usual cold self. Everyone has their own circle. People in the same circle usually have similar strength. Even if Xiaoya likes good-looking guys, she has zero interest in me. A young man in the group joked. Level 1 power and still taking the martial exam? Well, at least he's brave. Even if he's basically going to die. Tang Qiqi just sighed, shook his head, clearly didn't want to talk about it, then walked off in the opposite direction. On the other side, I still had no idea. My leaving sparked so much gossip. By now, I was already inside the training room. First, I decided to test myself. No powers. Just check my physical strength. I gripped the spear in my hand and thrust it hard at the round target. With a sharp, harsh impact sound, the metal target immediately caved in, forming a deep curve. A number popped up on the smart screen nearby. My eyes lit up. Just physical strength alone. I've improved several times over compared to before. Most first level, low-class awakened can only hit about 300 calories with their abilities. But this wasn't even my full power. I tossed the spear aside casually, then raised one finger. In an instant, a bolt of purple lightning shot from my finger at the target. Next second, the target caved in and stayed that way for a long while. On the screen, an even crazier number flashed. I gasped. Worthy of an S-rank power. My attack strength now could match high-class first-tier awakened. No wonder. Everyone here worships high-level powers. The gap between quality levels is just massive. But 3,000 calories isn't even my max. I took a deep breath. Let the violet divine thunder wrap around my spear. Lightning gale strike. A flash of lightning filled the room. The spear seemed to turn into a purple-black dragon and shot toward the wall. With a massive boom, the whole training room started to shake. When the lightning faded, the memory metal target on the wall had melted into liquid, completely destroyed. The smart screen nearby kept beeping nonstop. No data displayed at all. I've definitely leveled up. Looks like tomorrow's college entrance test will be interesting. Murmuring to myself, I put away my spear and calmly left the training room. Meanwhile, just when I tested lightning gale strike, Tang Qi and his group happened to walk by the room. The powerful energy shocked them. Xiaoya, not wearing her usual dress, frowned slightly. She wondered, isn't this a training room for high school students? Is it the geniuses from our Jiangcheng training inside? Let's see which genius is in there. The sudden noise immediately caught Tang Qi and the others' attention, and they headed for the training room. But the next second, right at the corner, they almost bumped into me walking out with my spear. Tang Qi didn't expect to see me again. He paused, then quickly understood. Heading home? Done training? Want to go home and get ready a bit more. I didn't say much. Just walked off. Tang Qi didn't say anything else, even though I'm his cousin. But I only have a first-level power. And I'm still trying the big college test. That only means I don't really know myself. Tang Qi and his group didn't stop. Kept walking. Still looking for the source of that energy. Since there aren't many training rooms nearby, Tang Qi's group found the room I'd used pretty fast. When they went inside and saw the spider web cracks on the wall, they all stared wide-eyed, in disbelief. Even the usually calm Tang Qi was left mouth open. Even memory metal was shattered. How much force was that? That guy who made fun of me earlier looked shocked too. From the leftover energy, they could still sense a crazy wild force. Whoever did that attack, even if they're not second tier awakened, has got to be a top first tier at least. Xiaoyu couldn't believe it either. No way a high schooler could be this strong. Even at peak first tier. We wouldn't have someone like that in Jiangcheng. Now Tang Qi started to guess. He just happened to run into his cousin. Could it really be him? Has he been hiding his true power all along? But then, he laughed off that silly idea. A loser with just first-level powers couldn't possibly do damage like a second-tier awakened. Next day, I got up early, suited up, and headed for the military exam site. Meanwhile, in a well-known Jiangcheng villa, Tang Qi was also prepping his gear to leave. Suddenly, a fancy lady stopped him. Xiao-Qi, your cousin's taking the test with you, right? If you see him, you must help him out. After all, your cousin only has first-level powers. The entrance exam is way too dangerous for him. Tang Qi impatiently agreed. Because, even with his own special B-rank power, Shadow Cat, he can't guarantee he'll have no problems in the test. Let alone his loser cousin with just first-level power. Plus, the exam area is huge. Once you enter the testing ground, chance of meeting is almost zero. On my end, I soon arrived at the school assembly point. It was already packed. Found Jiangqing's second highest team. So I walked right over. As time passed, when the last exam student finished check-in, all the buses lined up and headed straight for the military testing site. When we got there, the first thing we saw was a temporary podium on the open ground. Behind it was a fenced area with wire mesh. Inside was a ruined little town. You could see shadows of beasts moving and hear the roars and howls of monsters. All the students started talking about it. I think I just saw a unicorn rhino. They even have unicorn rhinos this year. This year's exam is insane. Everyone was complaining non-stop. But suddenly, someone shouted excitedly from the crowd. So what if it's a unicorn rhino? If you can't even handle beasts like that, even if you get into the Awaken college, you'll never amount to much. The speaker was a boy with a longsword. He looked fierce and confident. His eyes were sharp like an eagle's, giving off a powerful aura. A lot of students got mad when they heard that. They turned to argue back. But when they saw him, they went silent. No one dared to speak up. Seeing this happen, I was really amazed as I watched from the side. I leaned over to a tall guy holding a long blade and asked, "Who is that guy? He sure talks big." The guy with the blade jerked his chin. He snapped, "Who else could it be? It's Zhou Mingyang, the sword of Qingfeng from number 1 high." Then it hit me. First, number 1 high in Jiangqing is the top school in the whole city. Their students are always the toughest. Every year, the top 10 students in 5 subjects are almost all from number 1 high, and Zhou Mingyang is one of their very best students this year. Not only does he have high-speed B-level wind powers, like Swift Gale, he's also known for his awesome sword skills, Qingfeng sword. Yeah, that's the kind of fearless energy you need to master the sword. The principal of number 1 high saw this scene and nodded in satisfaction. The other principals just looked on enviously. If only my school had a student like that, we wouldn't get overshadowed by number 1 high every year. Soon, all the students from 40+ buses entered the open field. They lined up by school and class order, and each class had their own homeroom teacher with them. At that moment, a man in a military uniform walked out. With just a glance, all the students who had been whispering stopped talking right away. If Zhou Mingyang's eyes were intimidating, this officer's gaze was straight up beastly. Just a second of eye contact made your heart race. "I'm Wang Haiyang, the chief commander of this Jiangqing martial arts exam. Let me repeat the important rules." Wang Haiyang's voice echoed across the field. Even without a mic, his words still came through loud and clear to every student. The test starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 9 p.m. The exam spot is the ruined town right behind us. The edge and middle of the town only have low-level or first-tier beasts. The core area is packed with tier 1 and above beasts. And in the very center, there are tier 2 beasts lurking. I couldn't help but smile in the crowd. The rules are simple. The higher the level of beast you defeat, the more points you earn. The more you take down, the more points you get. If this was before, I'd only dare to go after beasts at the edge. But now I'm confident enough to head for the core, even take on the very heart of the danger zone. After Wang Haiyang explained all the rules, he gave a big wave. A large truck pulled up nearby. When the truck doors opened up, there were black tactical backpacks inside. Each bag has 3 items. A smartwatch to track your points, a map of the ruined town, so you can check your location, and lastly, an energy bar, which helps you quickly recover your strength. The final item is a safety sphere. Once you activate it, an electric barrier will form around you, which most beasts can't break through. But if you use it, your exam ends right then. It's 8:40 now. Once students got their backpacks, they started moving around. Anyone need a tank for their team? I've got D-level enhanced powers. I can take hits and do damage. This year's exams are too tough. No one can go solo this time. I have C-level psychic powers. I can stall beast thoughts to some extent. Any team want that? Teaming up isn't banned in our exams, but the points you earn together are split evenly between all team members. So, most people still choose to go solo. But after seeing a uni-horned rhino just now, everyone realized this year's test is next level tough. So even students who didn't plan to team up started looking for group members. "Wanna join our team? We still need someone for backup damage. Your lightning powers would be perfect." A pretty girl walked right up to me. I was surprised. Didn't expect to get invited to someone else's team. Most guys would say yes without thinking, if a cute girl like her invited them. But I just frowned instead. The girl in front of me is Lin Qingyuan. She's the class president of Class 5. And she's known for being kind and gentle. She always helps students in need. Now she's inviting me to her team. Probably just wants to give me a hand. But this is the martial arts high school exam. No one wants any weak links in their group. Sure enough, Lin Qingyuan's teammates instantly looked frustrated. I quickly turned her down. First, I didn't want her to feel awkward. And my goal is to be the top scorer in Jiangqing's exam. Honestly, I worry they'd slow me down. Time hit 9 a.m. before I knew it. With Wang Haiyang's announcement from the stage, over 1,400 students rushed into the ruined town like a swarm of locusts. Caught up in the excitement, I grabbed my spear and ran in with a laugh, following the crowd. That town felt like a giant mouth, swallowing up all the students. The field outside quickly cleared out. Start the town cameras and the tracking drones. Get the live broadcast going. As soon as Wang Haiyang gave the order, countless drones flew into the ruined town. And thousands of cameras turned on at the same time. All these battle clips aren't just for the Education Bureau and school leaders. Even freshmen and sophomores at each school get to watch the action. The ruined town, while technically a small village under Jiangqing, covers a huge area. With 1,400 students going in, it was like a drop of water in the ocean. You'd never notice the ripple. But so many students pouring in all at once caught the beast's attention. So they all went into hiding. Then, various teams and solo players started their moves. Heading deeper into the ruined town, Zhou Mingyang from number 1 high used his wind powers right away, rushing toward the core zone. For him, beasts on the edge are never the real target. I picked a direction for myself, grabbed my spear, and started running. I also turned on my smartwatch, ready to check the town map. But just as I powered it up, a ranking scoreboard pops up. Right away, first place, Zhou Mingyang, 7 points, catches my eye. No wonder he's the top contender from first high. He already took down a beast so fast. I quickly check the map. I head straight for the core area. In no time, I get blocked by a beast about the size of a leopard. It stops me in my tracks. Its blood-red eyes lock onto me. Thanks to my knowledge of beast guides, I instantly recognize it as the shadow cat. Even though it's one of the most common beasts around, that doesn't mean it's easy to deal with. Every year, tons of candidates fall under its deadly claws. Before I can react, the shadow cat can't wait any longer. It lets out a bloodthirsty growl at its prey. Then it charges straight at me. When it's only 3 meters away, it raises its sharp claws, aims at my head, and swipes hard. It looks like it's sure it's going to kill me. The shadow cat's fierce face even shows a human-like excitement. But the next moment, a black spear flashes by, like a hidden dragon, pinning the shadow cat midair. Killed unranked beast, shadow cat. Skill points +3. I yank my right hand back, using momentum to pull the spear out of the beast. This shadow cat probably never saw a spear before. It actually dared to jump at me like that. That was basically suicide. Unlike other bulky beasts, the shadow cat moves with crazy speed. Its sprinting speed can even reach an insane 17 meters per second. Other awakened beast fighters can at least run if they can't fight. But if you come across a shadow cat, you can't even escape. You just get chased down and killed. So, the shadow cat earned the nickname Rookie Killer. Normally, I couldn't pull off a one-shot kill. But the shadow cat made a fatal mistake. So you chose to face me head-on? Guess you don't know the spear is the king of weapons. Being an inch longer makes it an inch stronger. Also, the system just notified me of gaining ability points. This means ability points might be the system's way of measuring and upgrading my power. In other words, as long as I kill more beasts, I'll keep getting stronger. This unexpected discovery makes me want to reach the center zone even faster. I grabbed my spear and headed deeper into the area. Compared to Zhou Mingyang's elemental powers, my travel speed isn't that fast. But as I moved, I kept taking down beasts along the way. In these battles, I didn't use my special abilities. I relied purely on my physical strength. I wanted to sharpen my spear skills and gain more combat experience. After all, against these unranked beasts, using Purple Cloud Thunder would just be an instant kill. It wouldn't help me train at all. On the other hand, The higher the ability level, the more energy it consumes. With my old level 1 ability, the low voltage could last for 3 hours. But with the S-class Purple Cloud Thunder, it might not even last an hour. The exam lasts for 12 hours. If I run out of energy too early, I'll have no trump cards left. And after every fight, I can feel my combat instincts and spear techniques improving. It feels like I'm becoming one with the spear. This is a feeling I've never had before. Has my spear technique broken through unknowingly? I stood on a beast's corpse, talking to myself. The beast under my feet was the size of a car, with a sharp horn on its head. Even though it was dead, it still gave off a fierce, powerful aura. This was the horned rhino, a nightmare for most. It's been over 3 hours since the martial arts exam started. Along the way, though I wasn't specifically hunting, I still encountered over 40 beasts. My ability points have reached 213. On my system panel, 2 new options appeared: Advanced Spear Tech and Lightning Gale Strike, both ready for an upgrade. After thinking for a moment, I couldn't resist the temptation of a quick power boost. I clicked the plus sign next to Spear Tech. Instantly, countless spear techniques flooded into my mind like a tide. These memories weren't just passing images that I'd forget after seeing them. It felt like I had actually practiced the spear for decades. Once the fusion was complete, I suddenly lunged forward with my spear. In just 1 second, the black spear struck 4 times in the air, moving like a black dragon. The friction against the air made a sound like a dragon's roar. With this technique alone, I could easily kill a tier 1 beast. I knew upgrading would make me stronger, but I didn't expect such a massive leap. But after reaching the advanced level, I only had 13 points left. To improve my spear skills further, I need to kill more beasts. I'm now at the edge of the outer zone. In about half an hour, I'll reach the middle zone. There, I'm sure I can collect points much faster. But as I turned to leave, at the end of the road ahead, a few other candidates appeared. It was a 5-person team led by Lin Qingyuan, who invited me before the exam. "What are you doing here?" When Lin Qingyuan spotted me, she walked over quickly, taking long, hurried strides. What a coincidence, class president. I'd seen other candidates on the way, but none that I knew. This was my first time meeting a classmate. I couldn't help but smile. "I didn't expect to see you here. Did you come here all by yourself?" Lin Qingyuan looked around and saw no one else. She asked me out of curiosity. The 4 teammates behind her were also surprised to see me alone. Usually, after 3 hours, many D-class users would have been eliminated. An E-class loser like me should have been gone long ago. Yet here I was, standing perfectly fine. To answer her question, I actually spoke a bit more than usual. I just got lucky. The beasts I met weren't that strong. "Time is tight, President. Let's talk after the exam." With that, I turned and left. Lin Qingyuan knew every second counts in this exam, so she didn't try to stop me. She just watched me leave, looking dazed. "I can't believe he made it this far. Captain, come look. This horned rhino seems to have just died." A sudden shout pulled her back to reality. The others were gathered around the rhino, talking all at once. "The blood is still fresh. It died within the last few minutes. Looking at the wound, it looks like a spear thrust. This horned rhino wasn't killed by that level 1 trash, was it?" One boy had a strange look on his face. They only dared to fight one because they had 5 people. If a level 1 loser soloed a horned rhino, nobody would believe it. "Check the rankings. Then we'll know." Another boy checked his smartwatch. He found it surprisingly quickly. He's at 256 points, ranked 46th. Hearing this ranking, the team rubbed their eyes in disbelief. A question rose in their minds. Are level 1 users this tough nowadays? Even Lin Qingyuan, the captain, couldn't help but widen her eyes. The weakling she wanted to help had been hiding such terrifying power. Meanwhile, on the other side, in the spectator stands outside, officials and teachers were discussing the top students. Zhou Mingyang is first with 412 points. He's probably hunting in the middle zone. His wind speed skill is great for travel. Looks like the top 10 will be from first high again. Unlike the others' envious looks, Principal Lu looked very proud. Because in the current top 10, except for one student from third high, everyone else was from first high. Zhou Mingyang is our ace. He might break into the provincial top 100. The stands. A portly middle-aged man in the front row nodded slightly as well. He was Zhang Wenshan, director of Jiangcheng's Education Bureau. Speaking of Jiangcheng, it's been years since we've had a student make the top 100 in Jiangnan province. Principal Lu, next to Zhang Wenshan, Felt a bit wistful as well. After all, Jiangqing is in the most remote north of Jiangnan province. Resources are severely lacking. It's among the bottom of Jiangnan province's 24 prefecture-level cities. Even the education funds from the provincial capital are quite meager. Because of this, every year in the martial arts college entrance exam, Jiangqing hasn't achieved very good results. Zhang Wenshan, looking pleased, began his summary of the exam situation. Your first high school's education, I've always been quite pleased with. Third high school also did great this time. But what's up with your second high school? Your top student only ranked 18th. The principal of third high school, hearing Director Zhang's praise, immediately broke into a wide smile. This graduating class did indeed have a student with considerable talent. By comparison, Principal Zhao of second high school felt a bit embarrassed. Keep in mind, second high school always outperformed third high in previous years. This year, it seems the tables have turned. He meticulously searched through the score rankings for a while and found only 8 second high students were in the top 50. Even more surprising was that 7 of those were from the regular rocket class. But who was that other student? He had no recollection of them. Principal Zhao knew his school's top students by heart, but he'd truly never heard of this last student. After a moment, he didn't give it much thought. However, sitting in the back row was Chen Fan, homeroom teacher of second high's class 5, grade 12. Was truly stunned. He knew me perfectly well. I was just someone who'd awakened a trash tier 1 ability. How could I possibly crack the top 50? The most absurd thing was that in his own class 5, the highest ranked student was also me. Chen Fan was completely baffled. Could a tier 1 ability suddenly transform into an S-rank ability? Too bad. The main screen only showed the top 10 scorers. As for the thousands of small screens below, finding my screen among them was impossible. Without seeing the screen, and not knowing what I relied on to get such a high score, Chen Fan's face was worse than if he'd eaten dirt. He was itching with curiosity, but helpless. Right now, in the ruined town, I finally reached the central area. Compared to the outer zone, the fierce beasts here were clearly more numerous and stronger. With my spear, I walked down the streets, already littered with wreckage. This was also where, in the town back then, fierce beasts caused the most severe devastation. Presumably, the martial arts college exam involves this area, likely to let the awakened witness the fierce beast's immense destructive power. The nation's protection of its citizens was truly paramount. As I was thinking, a tiger-like fierce beast sprang from the ruins. Its biggest difference from a regular tiger was its many exposed bones. A tier 1 fierce beast, the wall-blade tiger. My eyes narrowed. Like the shadow cat, it was also a very common fierce beast. But its aura was clearly much stronger. Facing the wall-blade tiger's relentless advance, I advanced instead of retreating. Dragging my spear, I charged at it. The spear dragged on the crumbling concrete road, creating a harsh grinding sound. Sparks flew. You're perfect for testing my spearmanship. As a tier 1 fierce beast, this wall-blade tiger already had some basic intelligence. Seeing such a weak human before it dare to initiate an attack, its naturally brutal nature made it let out an angry roar and immediately charged towards the tank. However, I was fearless. No trace of panic was in my eyes. With a powerful thrust of my right hand, the spear dragging on the ground swung out like a windmill. With a wet thud, this low-level tier 1 wall-blade tiger had no time to react. Its abdomen was pierced, leaving a bull-sized hole. If an ordinary fierce beast took such a heavy blow, it would surely have lost all mobility. But the wall-blade tiger only gave pained roars and lunged at me furiously again. Without using my ability, I didn't expect this one strike to instantly kill it. So, I held my spear and engaged the wall-blade tiger. And just like that, in less than a minute, this tier 1 fierce beast, capable of killing 99% of examinees in the arena, was easily riddled with holes by me. With the wall-blade tiger's death, the system's notification sound rang out. Killed a tier 1 fierce beast. Ability crush. My eyes lit up. Sure enough, the closer to the core area the fierce beasts were, the more ability points they yielded. Then I needed to quickly kill more fierce beasts. So, without a moment's pause, I put my spear away on my back and headed towards the densest fierce beast roars. I rushed. Based on fierce beast strength, the ruined town was divided into 4 areas: outer, central, core, and innermost core zones. Most examinees' strength was only enough to operate in the outer zone. Only a few examinees could enter the central area. As for the dangerous core zone, Even Jiangqing's few first high school rocket class examinees had to think twice. As for the innermost core zone, with Tier 2 fierce beasts, virtually no one in all of Jiangqing could go there. Only provincial capital prodigies dared venture there. But with my S-rank Violet Cloud Divine Lightning, I naturally had the qualifications too. However, due to my ability's limited duration, I decided to stay in the central area for now, and only enter the core zone during the last 2 hours, to prepare for a final score push. So, I began a crazy harvest in the central area, and didn't use any of my abilities, relying entirely on my formidable physical fitness and superb spearmanship to battle the fierce beasts. And so, I didn't rest for a single moment. I was either fighting fierce beasts, or on my way to find them. As more and more fierce beasts were killed, the ability points on the system panel surged. My score for the 5 martial arts exam subjects also soared. However, what I didn't know was, this scene caused a huge sensation outside. During the 5 martial arts exam subjects, all school principals and homeroom teachers were present throughout. After all, the Education Bureau director was there, so they couldn't leave midway. Additionally, the exam results, as the standard for allocating education funds to schools, meant everyone was very concerned about student scores. Of course, since the exam was quite long, the military district also provided food for principals and teachers. At this moment, school principals and teachers had just finished lunch, and were starting to walk towards the stands. Number 1 high school is as strong as ever. Almost all of the top 10 are from their school. Number 1 gets the most education funding every year, and also gets the best students in all of Jiangqing. So these results aren't surprising. Actually, our number 2 high school did alright this year. We got 8 students into the top 50. We used to be happy if we got 5 or 6. But number 3 high school is even crazier this year. They broke right into the top 10. Now we're in a pretty awkward spot. The teachers from Jiangqing number 2 high school walked along, chatting with each other. Number 1 has a deep educational background. No one's surprised they're leading the pack. But number 3's performance is hard to swallow. Unlike the other teachers who looked upset, Chen Fan was secretly grinning in the crowd. He didn't expect that student he thought was worthless actually ranked 46th. Looks like he's got a shot at the excellent homeroom teacher bonus this year. Just as Chen Fan was about to check my ranking again, wanting to be sure about his bonus, the next second, his eyes went wide. What's going on? How did he suddenly jump to 25th place? He moved up so many spots at once. There are over 1,400 test takers in the college entrance exam. It's normal for rankings to shift. But jumping more than 20 spots within the top 50? That's pretty rare. It caught the attention of other teachers at number 2 high school too. There's even a regular class student in the top 50. Is he really from a regular class? That's just wild. Meanwhile, Principal Zhao of number 2 was already seated in the audience. Eyes narrowed, quietly working things out in his mind. As a C-class psychic ability user, he's already memorized all the ranking board info. And the changes in my score and rank caught his eye too. After calculating it out carefully, Zhao's face started to show some excitement. Jumped up over 20 spots at once. Must have taken down at least 3 tier 1 beasts in a short time. That kind of skill. Maybe not at the very top like Zhou Mingyang in them, but definitely top 10 level. After the excitement, he felt a bit confused. When did our school get a student this strong? Unlike the calm scene outside the exam hall, an undercurrent was rising inside the ruined town. Because the students in the top 50 noticed, their ranks kept dropping, and a student they'd never even heard of was suddenly pushing from the 40s all the way up to the teens. And isn't stopping. Now his score is moving in on the top 10. This wild situation made the frontrunners feel a huge sense of danger. The final battle for college exam rankings has started early. All top 50 students were sprinting for the core area. A big fight is about to break out. When did our school ever have a student this fierce? Principal Zhao Yao was confused. According to Daxia's rules, every high school principal nationally, plus city education bureau chiefs and deputy chiefs, must be at least first-tier ability users. Principal Zhao Yao didn't see Su Jingming's battle himself, but just from the ranking changes, he could guess Su Jingming's strength. The other 2 principals and the education chief picked up on it too. Education chief Zhang Wenshan nodded slightly. Principal Zhao, looks like your school does have some good students. Su Jingming probably wasn't really trying before, but now that he is, he's ranked way up right away. He's probably at least top 10. Principal Lu Heng from number 1 high school also asked, by the way, what power did that student awaken? How come we never heard about him before? Zhang Wenshan was also puzzled. With skills like that, he shouldn't be unknown. To tell the truth, Su Jingming only broke out during today's exam. It happened all of a sudden. I'll need to ask his homeroom teacher for more info. Facing Chief Zhang Wenshan's question, Xiaoyao called over homeroom teacher Chen Fan. So, under all the admiring looks from number 2's teachers, Chen Fan sat next to the principal. For regular teachers like Chen Fan, these ability user principals and education chiefs are a really big deal. So when everyone looked at him, of course, he felt a bit nervous. He replied to the chief with a smile. As far as I know, Su Jingming only awakened a Tier 1 minor electric ability. Tier 1 power. The principal frowned again. Are you sure about that, Mr. Chen? I'm sure, principal. I even reminded him before the exam not to try for all 5 subjects. Chen Fan replied with a wry smile. Honestly, even as his teacher, I wondered if maybe there was a mistake with the registration back then. It's crazy he got this far with just a Tier 1 power. Looks like Su Jingming has something special. In other areas, Chief Zhang Wenshan thought for a moment. Shame he didn't get top 10. So we can't see his fight footage yet. The Wuka College exam live system runs on a standardized provincial program. Even he can't interfere with it. And to find Su Jingming in the thousands of camera feeds would be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Just wait, with his strength, he'll be in the top 10 very soon. Though Su Jingming's situation is unique, the education chief can be patient. That's all we can do for now. Principal Xiaoyao nodded too, and stopped Chen Fan from returning to his seat. Also, Mr. Chen, why don't you stay here? Chen Fan lit up at those words. Not every teacher gets to hang out this close to the chiefs and principals. Time kept ticking by. The 5 subject exams rankings were constantly changing. Amid all these rankings, one name just kept rising. 25th place, Su Jingming. 21st place, Su Jingming. 16th place, Su Jingming. 9th place, Su Jingming. Less than an hour passed, and Su Jingming broke into the top 10. Su Jingming did it. He really made the top 10. Homeroom teacher Chen Fan was excited. As just a regular class teacher, he never thought in his wildest dreams he'd have a student enter the top 10 in Jiangcheng. He made the top 10. Principal Xiaoyao of number 2 also breathed a sigh of relief. Otherwise, being outdone by number 3 again wouldn't look good for him. Now they can finally see how Su Jingming made it to the top 10. Education Chief Zhang Wenshan looked up expectantly. After a while, the 9th ranking projection flickered and was replaced by a tall youth's figure. He wore a black combat uniform, looked determined, and his eyes were sharp and focused, holding a nearly 2-meter-long black spear in his hand. The spear's tip is sharp and deadly. The fresh red blood stains on it make it look even more fierce. At the young man's feet lay several fierce beasts, already lifeless. Not far away, one more beast cowered, too scared to approach. A spear-wielding beast. The whole scene, every element coming together, creates an intense and powerful aura. The next moment, the youth moved his spear, striking like a dragon, all in an instant. The last beast didn't even get the chance to react. Was killed instantly by the spear. That was so fast. What a quick strike. It was like a bolt of lightning. His speed rivals wind-powered awakeners. But isn't he supposed to be lightning-powered? Watching on screen, like lightning, he instantly took down the Shadow Cat beast. With his black shadow-like figure, all the teachers in the audience were shocked. This was everyone's first impression of Su Jingming. Class 5's homeroom teacher, Chen Fan, widened his eyes. Because the school has real combat classes, he more or less knows most students' fighting ability in his class. But in those classes, Su Jingming's skill was just barely adequate. No way he was this good before. Wow, he sure hid this from me for a long time. With skills like this, why didn't he use them sooner? Had to wait for the finals to show off. Still, with this spear technique, even with just level 1 abilities, he can score pretty well in the entrance exam. Chen Fan nodded slightly, thinking about it. Persuading him not to take the martial arts entrance exam seems unnecessary now. Such a strong physique. Insane spear skills, huh? Principal Xiaoyao from the second school let out a sigh, then shook his head. What a shame. Yeah, really a shame. Education Bureau Director Zhang Wenshan was a bit disappointed, too. A tough body and excellent weapon skills are definitely an advantage for awakeners. But later on, the higher your level, Physical strength and technique matter less and less. Because for awakeners, powers are what really count. If only he had a sea-level power. With this physique and spear skills, he'd be number 1 in Jiangqing for sure. But he only has level 1 abilities. Zhang Wenshan couldn't help but feel regret again. Compared to the principal and director's regret. Class 5's homeroom teacher Chen Fan wasn't too bothered. Top 10 in Jiangqing. As long as I keep this up until the college entrance exam ends, I'm sure to get into a good ability user university. Of course. Even if Su Jingming stops killing beasts from now on. With these scores at the end of the exam, he'll still get into an ability user university. It just won't be as good. Compared to what he imagined. Failing the exam. Or even dying. This is a huge improvement. Killed a level 1 shadow demon cat. Ability points +9. In the ruins town. Su Jingming just killed a shadow cat. And heard the prompt sound in his mind. He was in a great mood. The beasts in the central area of the ruins are way more than he expected. He's just been here for about an hour. And already killed over 20 lower rank level 1 beasts. Plus more than 10 peak ungraded beasts. His ability points on his system menu already reached 312. Nice, the efficiency of killing beasts in the central area is way better. More efficient, just as expected. Su Jingming nodded with satisfaction. Then he heard the buzzing of fast-spinning rotors. A drone was flying toward him from far away. It hovered dozens of meters above his head. Tracking camera drone. Looks like I've made it into the top 10. Su Jingming opened his smartwatch. To check his ranking. 9th place, Su Jingming, 607 points. Jiangqing number 2 high school. I knew it, top 10 now. A smile appeared on Su Jingming's face. The tracking drone's appearance means every one of his battles from now on will be broadcast outside in real time. Even all the ability use afterward. His S-level Purple Divine Thunder will be publicly revealed too. After all, nowadays, Su's S-level Purple Divine Thunder is just too unique. There's no way to disguise it as level 1 stuff. And Su Jingming never planned to hide it. The martial arts college entrance exam is all about showing skill and potential. The better the score, the more choices you have. Only a fool would hide their power and give up higher points. Su Jingming's eyes focused. He opened his system panel. Name, Su Jingming. Awakener ability, S-level Purple Divine Thunder. Physique 141, Vitality plus Spirit 160 boost, skills. Advanced Marksmanship, Lightning Gale Break. Beginner ability points 312. Already over 300 ability points. And still can't level up. Su Jingming couldn't find a button to level up. He frowned. If that happens, there are only 2 possible reasons. First possibility. Evolving from Awakener to Ability User. Takes too many ability points. Even 300 isn't enough. Second possibility. There are other requirements for evolving. If you don't meet those conditions, even the system can't upgrade you. To go from Awakener to Ability User, you need to learn an ability cultivation method first. I guess it's because I haven't learned one yet. That's why I can't level up. Su Jingming figured to himself. Ability cultivation method is the basic requirement to become an ability user. Even the worst ability methods cost at least 1,000,000 yuan. With Su Jingming's background, there's no way he can buy one. He thought maybe the system could skip the requirements. But looks like he was wrong about that. Still, with my power now, I'm basically as strong as a real ability user. So I'll just wait till after the exam. Get into an ability user university. Learn an ability method. Then upgrade to full ability user. Su Jingming didn't think much more about it. The most important thing now is how to use these 300 plus ability points. For now I can only boost base stats and battle achievements. Achievements don't matter for now. So I'll just boost my base stats. With that in mind, Su Jingming assigned all his points to the 2 main stats. 200 points into physique. 112 into spirit. Physique, 141181, vitality plus spirit, 160182. With his base stats up, Su Jingming felt a rush of power through his body. His mind was sharper than ever. All the fatigue from travel and back-to-back battles was wiped away instantly. Awesome. Su Jingming burst out laughing. He spun his black obsidian spear and made a flourish. His speed and force were much stronger than before. With this physique, plus my advanced marksmanship, even a mid-rank level 1 beast in the core region, even without using abilities, I can take them down easily. Right now, Su Jingming was full of confidence. Core region beasts are stronger. And there are more, since I'm stronger now. No need to stay in the central zone. I'm heading straight for the core area. He shook his spear. With the inertia The blood on it was shaken off clean. He slung the spear over his back, glanced at his map, and ran towards the core region. With his enhanced physique, right now, his sprint speed is even faster than Zhou Mingyang, who uses wind powers. Just a bit faster. And behind him, the camera drone followed close like a shadow. Central area of the ruins town. A sharp knife slashed a beast's throat. Blood spurted out. That lower rank shadow cat fell dead. Behind it, Tang Chi's slim figure with a knife appeared. You could see a layer of purple-black cat-like energy over him. A pair of cat ears on his head moved naturally, looking lively. B-class enhancement ability, Shadow. While activated, he moves and attacks faster. His reflexes and power also increase a lot. Because of that B-class ability, even as a top player, he can still take down some beasts. Of course, he's also learned an ability training method. Even though he's not an ability user yet, his base stats are solid, so he's not weak. But taking down a lower rank beast, that's his limit. That's also why he only dares to stay in the central area. He won't risk going to where mid-rank beasts gather in the core area. To save energy, after killing the beast, Tang Chi deactivated his shadow cat form. The cat-shaped energy faded away and disappeared. His cat eyes turned back to normal. He checked his smartwatch, saw his ranking, and frowned. 12th place, Tang Chi. 567 points, Jiangqing No. 1 High School. Dropped a spot. He instinctively looked up. Wanted to see who knocked down my ranking. But didn't expect to see, in 9th place, a familiar name. Su Jingming from 2nd High School. 607 points, 9th place. Tang Chi was caught off guard. It took him a while to process it. In his mind, that strong figure with a long spear appeared. Turns out, yesterday's blow came from Jingming, his cousin. He wasn't without suspicion. The name on the ranking was just a duplicate of his cousin's name. But they're both at 2nd High School and have the exact same name. No way that's just a coincidence. Plus, yesterday at Thunder Martial Arts Club, that bit of suspicion arose, which made him certain the Su Jingming on the ranking had to be his cousin. But he's only got first level powers. How did he manage all this? Tang Qiqiao couldn't help but look curious. Looks like his cousin isn't as simple as he seems. Damn, is Ming really this strong? Should have just called him Dad from the start. Could have stuck to him for the win. Edge of Ruins Town. Lu Jia, now doubled in size, looked at Su Jingming's rank on the virtual display. Compared to the 5-subject college entrance score, calling him Dad is nothing. Su Jingming made it to the top 10. He's so strong. He's now 2nd High's highest ranking student. Lin Qingyuan's team, after discovering Su Jingming ranked 46th, kept following him. Now seeing Su Jingming enter the top 10, everyone was amazed. How's this guy pulling it off? Su Jingming's in the top 10. We gotta push ourselves. Try to get into the top 300. Looking at the leaderboards, Lin Qingyuan also looked emotional. Though no one knows how Su Jingming did it. They're different from him. Just making top 300 would be enough. Before Su Jingming broke the top 10, his rank wasn't anything special. But once he entered the top 10, everyone in the exam noticed him. Those who knew Su Jingming had all sorts of reactions. But he didn't know any of this. He was going all out towards the core zone. After strengthening his body, Su Jingming could run much faster. Being in the central zone, he wasn't too far from the core area. So in just over 30 minutes, Su Jingming stepped onto the maps. Core zone. The core area of Ruins Town used to be the city center of Weiyuan Town. Compared to the central zone, the buildings here are taller. From the broken-down decor on the outside, you could still see traces of its old sophistication. More importantly, the monsters here are low to mid-level tier 1. No more monsters below tier 1. Anyone confident enough to enter the core zone are at least top 5 in Jiangqing. He's the exception, of course. On his way, he didn't go looking for monsters. So in those 30 minutes, he only killed 4 or 5 monsters. His rank dropped instead of rising. Now he's 10th place. If I find a big group of monsters, my rank will shoot right up again. This time, I'm shooting for first place. Su Jingming's eyes narrowed. He kept to the same strategy as before. Wherever the beast roars were the loudest, that's where he went. In the ruined city, beast roars echoed nonstop. This place was a beast's playground. Su Jingming listened carefully. He chose the direction where the roars were loudest and headed straight for the densely roaring southeast. Most contestants in the exam area moved forward very cautiously, afraid to make noise and attract beasts, which could get them surrounded. But Su Jingming moved like a sleek leopard. dashing through the city, with a 50-kilogram obsidian spear on his back. It didn't slow him down at all. Su Jingming ran down the broken roads. The wind howled past his ears. Scenery on both sides flashed by. Every now and then, he spotted a beast or two moving in the ruins. He had zero interest in these minor intelligent beasts. Soon, the source of the roaring got closer and closer. A rusty, battered bus blocked the road ahead. But Su Jingming didn't slow down at all. Right before hitting the bus, he pushed off hard with his legs and leapt. 5.6 meters high, thud. He landed on top of the bus and looked down. He could see everything below. It was a fitness plaza. Aside from broken exercise equipment, there were also many beasts resting. There were plenty of them. So besides the bloody smell in the air, there was also a nasty animal odor. Su Jingming frowned slightly. 1, 2, 3, there were at least 10 beasts. And they were all blade tigers. Looks like I've run into a blade tiger pack. Beasts can be social or solitary. Blade tigers are the social type. Ordinary contestants would avoid a group like this. But Su Jingming's sharp, cold eyes were blazing with fighting intent. This was exactly what he wanted. For blade tigers to stick together, there has to be a king strong enough to rule them. Su Jingming looked to the center of the plaza. There, half-eaten, lay the bloody corpse of a one-horned rhino. Next to the body was a much larger blade tiger than the rest. Clearly the blade tiger king. Its limbs were thick and powerful, with giant blade-like forelimbs. A mid-tier wind element blade tiger. Guess that's the king of this pack. Su Jingming gave a slight grin. If he killed all those beasts, he'd score a lot of energy points. Su Jingming was 1.86 meters tall. And atop the bus, the moment he appeared, he drew the blade tiger's attention. Except for the blade tiger king in the middle, who stayed lazily in place. The other 9 got up at once, eyes glowing viciously, and started toward the bus. They weren't fast, but 9 huge blade tigers, bunched up like sedans, were absolutely menacing. That's why beast packs are always tough to handle. Honestly, even high-tier rank 1 beasts wouldn't mess with 9 blade tigers. But facing all 9 charging at once, Su Jingming didn't flinch. He jumped off the bus, hit the ground with a bang, let out a low growl. Then the 9 blade tigers spread out smartly, surprisingly coordinated, each circling from different angles, and charging at Su Jingming. No wonder packs with a leader are so tough. They even learned simple tactics. He gripped his spear. Su Jingming now held the obsidian spear in hand, just in front of the bus, only about 30 meters from the plaza. To these low-tier rank 1 blade tigers, this distance was nothing. In the blink of an eye, all 9 rushed right up to Su Jingming, less than 5 meters away. But they didn't all attack together. 5 blade tigers charged first, leaping at him. Their massive bodies crowded together, blocking all paths forward. With the wrecked bus behind him, there was nowhere to back up. In other words, Su Jingming was cornered. Facing this, Su Jingming's eyes stayed firm. His 2-meter obsidian spear started spinning like a windmill. A black blur whipped through the air, like fast-spinning rotor blades. At that moment, the blade tigers realized something was wrong. But it was too late. The 5 attacking tigers weren't ready. Slammed right into the spinning spear. Splat. The sharp tip worked like a meat grinder, tearing up tiger heads. Blood and brains splattered everywhere. The blows tossed them back, each one tumbling to the ground. Although their heads were wrecked, the 5 weren't dead yet, still breathing on the ground. Pure strength just wasn't quite enough. Su Jingming shook his head. That spinning move relied only on raw muscle, not an actual skill. If he'd combined body strength with his power, and used a real combat ability, those 5 would have been instantly killed. Right from the start. But hey, that's fine. Just gotta finish them off. Su Jingming sped off again. The other 4 blade tigers tried to block him, but he slipped past them easily. Then the obsidian spear swept down like death's scythe. Clean and silent. He finished off the 5 wounded tigers. At that moment, the blade tiger king in the center, a mid-tier rank 1 leader, finally sensed the threat. It stepped up to join the remaining 4. I'll finish you all at once. Thud. Su Jingming yanked his spear from a corpse. He stood alone with his spear, facing all 5 tigers alone. His clear eyes showed no fear, only cold determination and killing intent. Maybe it was the loss of so many allies. Or maybe Su Jingming's defiant eyes made the Tiger King furious. It roared and charged with the 4 others. Su Jingming charged right to meet them, facing off against all 5. Blade tigers may be beasts, but they're actually pretty smart. Especially this group. They'd teamed up a lot before. No one knows how many strong beasts they'd killed. These 5-blade tigers were no joke. If this happened in the city, it could wipe out 100 elite soldiers. But Su Jingming turned into a black blur, weaving through the saber-toothed tigers. Saber-toothed tiger. They couldn't even scratch Su Jingming. Every strike he made hit a vital point. The saber-toothed tigers either dropped instantly, or were left seriously wounded. So in less than 2 minutes, every saber-toothed tiger lay dead under his spear. So that's all mid-tier beasts from another world can do? Not even worth me using my powers. Looking down at his feet, at the dead king saber-toothed tiger, Su Jingming shook his head. Even though the system has helped making him stronger physically, he still doesn't know how powerful he really is. He dared to attack those saber-toothed tigers, mainly because he has the purple sky god and Rado at his side. But these beasts aren't strong enough to make him use his abilities. Su Jingming then glanced at the system panel. With this one fight, he earned a whopping 106 ability points. What a haul! Su Jingming couldn't help but smile. At this rate, by the end of the martial arts entrance exams, he had no idea how many points he'd stack up. No point overthinking right now. Better rack up more points first. Time to hurry to the next location. He wiped the blood off his spear, slung it over his back, and rushed to the next spot. On exam day, every high school in Jiang City has all the freshmen and sophomores watch the 5-subject exam live. One reason is so students learn how brutal the exam can be. The other point is for them to get used to beast behaviors early. At this moment on the Jiang City No. 2 high school field, there's the same kind of holographic projection as the army base. In the stands, all the freshmen and sophomores had already been watching for a while. In past years, Jiang City's top 10 were all from No. 1 high, so what they talked about most was students from other schools. But this year was different. Their school finally has a shot at the top 10. When Su Jingming made it to 9th place and showed up on the jumbo screen, the whole school went wild. Especially the scene when he killed the shadow cat in one strike. That hyped everyone up. Damn, that spear move was epic. I'd never even heard of Su before. But now, he's my new idol. Tall and built. He's really good looking. Unlike the district directors and principals at the military base, who just sighed about Su Jingming, students who saw him hit the top 10 were genuinely excited for him. A lot of them started seeing him as a role model. But after that, Su Jingming spent over half an hour just traveling, barely fighting at all. That left the students pretty disappointed, especially when his rank dropped to 10th. Some got super anxious, wishing they could be Su and fight for him. Sigh, looks like our No. 2 high still isn't up there. It was so hard to get a top 10 guy, but he just lost steam. I hate to admit it, but Su's running out of energy. Forget it. I'm just gonna watch Zhou Mingyang, Sword of the Wind, at No. 1. The higher the expectations, the harder the letdown. No. 2 high finally got someone in the top 10. Of course everyone wants him to go higher. But Su Jingming's performance made some in the stands start saying negative stuff. A lot of students just switched to other star examinees. On the live stream, wait, Su found more beasts. Suddenly someone shouted out of nowhere, making everyone switch back to Su's live feed. On screen, Su stood on top of a bus, while below, huge saber-toothed tigers surrounded him. Oh, he ran into a beast wave. Saber-toothed tiger pack. He's in big trouble now. Why isn't he running? He really needs to go now. They're closing in. He's trapped. Why isn't he activating the safety orb? This is really dangerous now. Even though Su's earlier fights let some students down, he's still their school's guy. So now, facing the beast wave, every student got super worried. When all 5 saber-toothed tigers leapt at Su without his safety orb on, the girls covered their eyes in fear. But then, the scene of him getting devoured never happened. Su Jingming instead spun his spear, the obsidian spear, and totally launched the 5 tigers back like a boss. Holy crap, he's strong. At that moment, everyone in the stands just froze. So you can use a spear like that? That kind of power is insane. A regular person swinging a spear like that couldn't even hurt the saber-toothed tigers. They'd get crushed by those beasts instead. Looks like Su really awakened his powers. A physical enhancement ability, for sure. Otherwise, he'd never be this strong. In an instant, everyone's complaints about Su just vanished. And next, Su Jingming became a black blur, wielding his obsidian spear, slicing through the 5 saber-toothed tigers like lightning. Non-stop. His black spear was coated in so much beast blood. It turned bright red. No one felt grossed out by this. They just thought it was awesome. Everyone was totally hooked. Feels so intense. But I love that rush. This feeling, way more satisfying than watching some flimsy sword moves. Every strike lands hard. Such a dominating spear technique. Beasts are humanity's enemies. Everyone agrees on that. So when the knife tiger got slaughtered, no one felt sorry. Instead, it was exhilarating. Especially that tall, lean figure moving through the fight. Every spear thrust radiates a special intensity. But it's not bloody. It's actually beautiful. Makes all these 16, 17-year-olds feel fired up and passionate. Everyone's faces are flushed. So cool, so intense. This is awesome. Senior Su never disappoints. He's incredible. Man, this is making me feel pumped. I want to grab a spear and give it a try myself. With the fall of the Knife Tiger King, the students in the audience felt like gourmets after a feast and started giving their own reviews. And just then, Su Jingming's screen suddenly jumped straight to 6th place. Number 6 Su Jingming, 796 points. Jiangqing Second High School. Whoa, what happened? How did Senior Su's rank jump to 6th? His score was just 634 points a moment ago. How did he suddenly gain almost 160 points? Even if there were 4 or 5 different beasts, that still wouldn't give this many points at once. Everyone was confused for a bit. That's a huge score boost. I just now realized Senior Su left the middle zone. He's moved into the core area. Someone shouted out, not sure who, and everyone instinctively checked the map on the virtual screen. Sure enough, Su Jingming is already in the red core zone. I knew it. Those knife tigers looked bigger than normal. Turns out they're not just peak beasts. They're first-tier beasts. So Senior Su just took down some first-tier beasts. He slaughters them like it's nothing. At first, everyone thought Su Jingming was still in the middle zone, and these beasts were just peak level or low first tier. But no one expected he'd already entered the dangerous core zone and had just fought against both low and mid first tier beasts. Can't really blame them for missing it at first. The battle was just too intense. Meanwhile, they finally realized why Su Jingming held back earlier. He was rushing to the core area. Even the top sword guy, Zhou Mingyang, just keeps dodging these beasts. Nowhere near as bold as Senior Su, who wiped out all the beasts in one go. Everyone instinctively started comparing Su Jingming with Zhou Mingyang, who's ranked first. But they realize, even that star student, Zhou Mingyang, probably can't dominate like that. He fought 10 knife tigers solo. One was even a mid-first tier. That fighting power might even outmatch Zhou Mingyang, who taught Su Jingming from second high. He's crazy strong. In the audience outside the military zone, as Su Jingming faces a pack of beasts alone, he grabs the teacher's attention too. But they didn't think much of it, figuring he'd just run away. After all, since the start, no student has ever dared to challenge the beasts in the core zone. But then, his almost overwhelming performance really made a bunch of teachers and principals drop their jaws. Especially Chen Fan, homeroom teacher of class 5, whose old face turned bright red. He's obviously super excited. If the student stands out, the teacher gets some credit too. Can't believe Su Jingming is this strong. Even the usually calm second high principal couldn't help but widen his eyes. Totally shocked. Spears out like a dragon. Quick as lightning. That's advanced spear technique. Definitely advanced technique. Education Bureau Director Zhang Wenshan was just as excited. But he focused more on Su Jingming's spear skills. You know, for a normal person to master advanced weapon skills, takes half a lifetime. Su Jingming's just 18. That's insane talent. But when he remembered Su Jingming's powers, he couldn't help but slap his thigh and sigh. What a pity. With the skills he showed, he's already stronger than Zhou Mingyang. If he had better powers, maybe he'd break Jiangqing's long-standing records and make the top 50 in Jiangnan province. But with just level 1 powers, he's bound to run out of steam. Advanced spear technique. No wonder he's so fierce. Su Jingming's barely 18, right? And his technique already advanced. What kind of talent is that? Even the brightest in provincial capitals can't master advanced weaponry like that. Hearing Zhang Wenshan sigh, the teachers finally realized, and were amazed again. Congrats, Principal Zhao. Looks like this year's Jiangqing top student will come from your second high. After that last battle, anyone can tell, Su Jingming's stronger than Zhou Mingyang. Getting first place is just a matter of time. First high's principal, Lu Heng, wasn't thrilled, but still congratulated Zhao Yaoyang. Principal Lu, you flatter us. The exam's not over yet. So who knows what the final outcome will be. First High is Jiangqing's top school. With lots of resources. And all the brightest students in the city. Every year after Powers Awaken, some of Second High's best students transfer out. For First High's advantages. So between First and Second High, even the principals can't help but be a little competitive. But First High is so strong. Second High rarely gets to shine. Now, Second High's big moment over First High is about to arrive. Principal Zhao is staying calm and speaking humbly. Either way, Su Jingming's skill is obvious. If we get 2 into Jiangnan Province's top 100, that's great for Jiangcheng. Director Zhang Wenshan, finally calm, nodded at Zhao Yao. Second High did really well this time, raising a student like Su Jingming. After the college entrance exam, I'll propose to the city. That Second High get a commendation. Thanks, Director Zhang. Principal Zhao smiled happily. Those principals with powers like them. He'd lost hope in gaining more strength, focusing more on his career instead. But a single commendation could bring resources to number 2 High and benefit him as the principal. Getting into the education bureau was no longer impossible. Su Jingming, you've really given me a huge surprise. Zhao Yao felt deeply moved. He never once imagined that number 2 High would see this day. Just as Zhang Wenshan predicted, in the following time, Su's score shot up like a rocket, climbing rapidly. In less than an hour, he surpassed Zhou Mingyang, taking the top spot. By this time, it was already 3 p.m. In other words, in 6 hours, the combat exam would end. In the core of the ruined town, inside a derelict complex, over 10 beasts split into 2 camps, fighting each other like prey for lunch. The sides were unirhinos and blade tigers. If the numbers were equal, it would be a total crushing by the unirhinos. But there were 8 blade tigers, and only 4 unirhinos. Strength-wise, they were close, with the tigers having a slight edge. Because of this, they had fought for a while, inflicting many bloody wounds, but no beasts had died yet. Beasts are brutal by nature. Once a fight starts, they won't stop until one side is dead. But suddenly, one blade tiger sniffed the air, and abruptly stopped its charge. It crouched low, growling a threat toward the gate. This low growl, like a chain reaction, made all the tigers and rhinos stop their fighting in unison. They turned around, facing the entrance, with fierce glares, ready to pounce at any moment. Under the gaze of the beasts, a tall young man slowly appeared. He wore a black combat suit, with matching boots. His build was tall and lean, with clear, bright eyes, yet a gaze as sharp as a lone wolf. A thick, dark spear was rested casually on his shoulder. The sharp blade gleamed under the cold sunlight. 12 beasts. Good. Su Jingming nodded, satisfied with the pack. This was the largest group he'd found in the past hour. With a slap on the butt of the spear, the obsidian spear fell into his hand. As he prepared to charge, he suddenly frowned and stopped. He looked to the right, at a crumbling old building. Come out. I've spotted you. Impressive for the top ranker. Your senses are indeed sharp. A boy with a sword on his back, who looked quite handsome, stepped out from the shadows. Zhou Mingyang? Su Jingming raised an eyebrow. This was indeed the B-rank wind user, Breeze Sword. Unlike his usual elegant self, Zhou now looked quite worn out. His hair was messy, and his suit was stained with dark red blood from the beasts. Of course, most candidates looked the same now. The same went for Su Jingming. But since he used a spear, he had fewer blood splatters on him. But how did you know it was me? Su Jingming was curious. He didn't think this star student would know someone from number 2 High. Few dare to enter the core area. I know all the regulars. Since a stranger appeared, it had to be the new number 1. Zhou Mingyang explained with a smile. I see. Su Jingming nodded. Candidates cannot attack each other. Doing so means disqualification. Plus, with drones overhead, he didn't fear a sneak attack. So, Su gripped his spear and headed toward the beasts. Wait, you're taking them all alone? Zhou Mingyang was stunned, reaching out to stop him. What? Trying to steal my kills? Su Jingming's gaze turned dangerous. For him, beasts aren't just points. They also mean ability points. These beasts, there's no way he'd let others have them. Locking eyes with Su Jingming, Zhou Mingyang felt like a powerful beast king was watching him. He got goosebumps right away. What a fierce aura. He was honestly shocked. Zhou Mingyang quickly snapped out of it. He hurried to say, there are 2 mid-tier mutant beasts in here. You can't handle them alone. The 2 of us working together might actually work. These are 2 different beast packs. Each pack has a mid-tier mutant leader. I've been hiding nearby, waiting to jump in after they wear each other out. But now, even though both sides are hurt, none of them have died yet. They're still super wild and aggressive. If we go now, it's basically suicide. We just can't go in alone. Seeing Zhou Mingyang wasn't trying to steal kills, but wanted to team up, Su Jingming's attitude got much better. He patted Zhou on the shoulder, then charged in with his spear. Zhou wanted to stop him again, but seeing Su Jingming already running out, he could only give up. Fine, if you're that confident. Let's see what tricks you have. Zhou Mingyang stood to the side with his sword and watched. His eyes stayed on Su Jingming. If things went wrong, he'd jump in fast. But what happened next made Zhou Mingyang's eyes go wide. Su Jingming charged into the beast horde, like he had cheats turned on. His black spear moved like a blur. Every strike took out a beast. In under 3 minutes, there were only 4 beasts left out of 12. Zhou Mingyang was stunned. Just 2 hours ago, he didn't even know this guy existed. But then Su Jingming rose like a comet, shot into the top 10 in no time, and just over 10 minutes ago, directly took his first place. For someone this wild, Zhou was very curious. He even wondered what kind of scary power he must have. Could it be some insanely strong mutant talent? But in reality, he just used that black spear, and did things Zhou didn't even dare to think about. Gulp, Zhou Mingyang swallowed hard. His mouth was dry. Does he have some type of enhanced power? And I just didn't notice? While he was secretly guessing, Su Jingming finished up in front, and the last Saber Tiger King fell. Killed 1 tier 1 low-level horned rhino. Ability points plus 12. Killed 1 tier 1 low-level saber tiger. Ability points plus 10. Killed 1 tier 1 mid-level saber tiger. Skill points plus 15. Listening to the string of notifications in his mind, Su Jingming was clearly enjoying himself. This felt amazing. But after the test, getting chances like this will be impossible. So he had to make the most of his time. Su Jingming snapped back, gave Zhou a nod, and rushed off. Before Zhou realized it, Su Jingming was already 70 or 80 meters away. He quickly shouted, "Do you have some kind of enhancement power?" "Not lightning," Su Jingming called back from the distance. But his figure had already vanished from sight. "Lightning?" Zhou Mingyang was stunned. That didn't look like lightning powers at all. Not willing to tell me what his power is. But this is just dodging my question. Man, what a pain this guy is. Zhou Mingyang smirked. And that look just now? He actually thought I'd steal his kills. In these beast packs, honestly, who else but a freak like you could handle it? Plus, there are so many beasts here. Why worry about running out of things to fight? I've been waiting here more than 10 minutes. If anything, you stole my kills. With Su Jingming's attitude, Zhou left muttering under his breath. Seeing Su Jingming's strength, Zhou Mingyang grumbled out loud. But in his heart, he knew clearly. Su Jingming really was stronger than him. Who even is this guy? He doesn't seem like a regular powered person. But slays tier 1 beasts. As easy as cutting vegetables. He couldn't help but complain silently. Then Zhou Mingyang got back to hunting. He might not beat Su Jingming, but he at least wanted to hold second place. So he kept moving through the core area, looking for beasts he could handle. The first 2 hours were alright. He'd run into the occasional tier 1 mid-level beast, or small packs of 3 or 4. But into the 3rd hour, Zhou clearly saw way fewer beasts. By the 4th hour, even after wandering a long time in the core, he couldn't find a single beast. What's up with this? Where did all the beasts go? Zhou Mingyang was totally at a loss. Out of frustration, he kicked a fist-sized rock from the roadside. As a powered person, he was plenty strong, and the pebble shot out, smashing an old, rusty metal sign, making a huge bang. Before, there's no way he would have done something that risky, because it'd draw beasts over. But now, he actually wanted to attract some. But instead of bringing beasts, he attracted some people. It was a group of 3, 2 guys and a girl. They were walking this way, and waved from afar. "Mingyang, why are you here alone?" Zhou looked at them, puzzled. As they walked up to him, just like him, they were all rocket class students from First High. All low-tier powered users. And old friends. Aside from Zhou, these 3 held 3 of the other top 5 spots in the rankings. You should ask Su Jingming. The bald guy on the right shrugged helplessly. Su Jingming killed all the beasts in the core area. We couldn't find any. So we had to team up. The girl in the middle, sounding adorable, added. She was tiny, but carried a big broadsword, which looked hilarious with her size. We've been wandering here for half an hour. Then heard a noise. Thought it was a beast. Rushed over all excited. And it turned out to be you. The long-haired guy on the left shook his head and sighed. Su Jingming killed all the beasts? No way. Zhou frowned, instinctively not believing it. There were hundreds of beasts released in the core for this test. At least 300 or 400 easy. So many beasts. Killing them all in just a few hours is totally impossible. Anyone can tell you haven't checked the rankings in ages. Here. Look at Su Jingming's score for yourself. The bald guy pulled up his smartwatch. It buzzed. The ranking screen floated in midair. First place, Su Jingming. 3,435 points, Jiangqing No. 2 High School. Staring at Su Jingming at the top. And that insane score? Polite as always, Zhou Mingyang. Almost had his eyes pop out. Now you know why we said. Su Jingming wiped out all those beasts, right? The bald guy gave a bitter smile and turned off the virtual projection. Killing a low-level tier 1 beast is only worth about 14 to 16 points. Killing a mid-level tier 1 beast gets you around 20 to 22 points. 3,435 points. Even if you subtract the 700 plus points he got from the middle area, he'd still have over 2,700 points. Which means, Su Jingming soloed the core zone and killed almost 200 beasts himself. And the rest of us got quite a few too. Altogether. Doesn't that mean we cleared out all the beasts in the core zone? Zhou Mingyang was totally stunned by all this. After the exam started, all he thought about was killing as many beasts as possible to get a higher score. But it had never crossed his mind that they could actually wipe out all the beasts. Damn. No wonder Su Jingming was so afraid of others stealing his kills before. Turns out, he saw this coming. Thinking back to his earlier talk with Su Jingming, Zhou Mingyang felt like his mind was being stampeded by 1,000 wild horses. Totally overwhelmed. 3,435 points is unreal. Su Jingming is easily top 10 in Jiangnan province. Top 10, top 10. When has Jiangqing ever scored this well? That's a record breaker. Su Jingming just broke Jiangqing's record. As Zhou Mingyang inside the exam hall was shocked by Su Jingming's score, the principals and teachers outside were already celebrating like crazy. 3,435 points guarantees Su Jingming will make the Jiangnan province top 10. And this score is also the best in Jiangqing's history. Never would have thought Su Jingming with just that long spear could pull this off. Principal Zhao Yao from No. 2 High felt hot all over. So excited he couldn't contain himself. Top 10 in Jiangnan province, you know what that means? Even the top schools in the whole country will be after him. A true star student. A rare talent from the fields. Who knew? Jiangqing could have a student like Su Jingming? Zhang Wenshan, the education bureau chief, couldn't stop grinning either. He didn't even care now. If Su Jingming was just an awakened, with a score like this, even F-rank powers would get him into a top school. But Su Jingming really is wild. He took out almost all the core zone's beasts in just 3, maybe 4 hours. Looks like he'll be a battle maniac in the future. Zhang Wenshan sighed. Zhou Mingyang. They have no idea how many beasts got released in the core zone. But as the bureau chief, Zhang Wenshan definitely knows. In the core zone, there were 450 low-level tier 1 beasts and 40 mid-level tier 1 beasts released. Take away some that got killed off by each other. And what Zhou Mingyang's group took out, Su Jingming alone killed about half the beasts in the core area. Pretty much half. And all this in just 3 or 4 hours. Says a lot about just how strong Su Jingming is. Su Jingming's parents, when he was little, both died because of beasts. Maybe that's why he hates them so much. Homeroom teacher Chen Fan added. So that's why. Zhang Wenshan nodded, realizing. His face got serious. Humph, one day humanity will wipe out all the beasts. Don't worry, that day will come. Thinking about how brutal those beasts are, Principal Zhao Yao couldn't help adding coldly. You've run into Su Jingming. Tell us about it. What's his power? Inside the testing hall, when they heard Zhou Mingyang met Su Jingming, everyone around perked up. I can't say what kind of power it is, but he's got a really strong body. His HP is at least 180 or more. Zhou Mingyang shook his head. He shared his guess. 180 HP. No wonder he's so fierce. The bald guy was impressed. Normal awakened only have about 100 HP. Us first-tier low-rank powered users only have around 130 HP. 180 HP is way out of our league. He's just built different. Pretty sure he's got a strength-type ability. Once he boosts his body, it's normal to have that much HP. The long-haired guy tried to act calm, but he sounded a bit jealous. But Su Jingming is still just an awakened, right? Zhou Mingyang shook his head again. He didn't deny it. The long-haired guy guessed Su Jingming had a strength-type power. Honestly, he thought so too. Awakened. The small girl with the broadsword cried out. So all of us powered users can't even beat an awakened? What she just said left everyone in awkward silence. After a moment, Zhou Mingyang quietly said, "Gotta hand it to you. Mingdi, you always hit the nail on the head. Among all these powered users, Mingdi was the only girl who awakened. She has a B-ranked strength type power. Currently she's ranked 4th. Hey, I was just shocked." Mingdi stuck out her tongue. Her cute look didn't match the big sword she held. But Zhou Mingyang and the others were used to it. Su Jingming is something else. Still just at the awakened stage. And already this strong. The bald guy looked complicated. He paused for a second, then asked, "So, what should we do now? There's still about an hour and a half left until the exam ends. All the beasts in the core area are gone. Are we supposed to head back to the central zone? The martial arts entrance exam. Everyone's racing against time, trying to kill as many beasts as possible to get more points. In the hour and a half left, no way they're just going to wander around. Just getting back to the central zone would take at least half an hour. Way too much time wasted on the road. Plus, most of the beasts there don't give you many points." After thinking it over, Zhou Mingyang said, "Instead of going back, let's try the innermost core area together." The innermost core area. When they heard that, everyone's heart skipped a beat. In there, the weakest monsters are all first-tier elite level, and there are even second-tier beast kings. Even for us first-tier low-rankers, going in is super risky. Going in alone is suicide. But if the 4 of us team up, it might be worth a shot. The bald guy hesitated a bit, but finally nodded. Martial arts exam. One test decides your future. For powered users like us, even if we bomb it, it's not the end of the world. But if we can get into a better college, we won't give up. I'm in. The petite girl Mingdi giggled. Looks like this is our only option for now. The long-haired guy nodded too. Alright, then let's get going. Zhou Mingyang was always quick to act. Once he settled on a plan, he led the group out right away. Core area of the ruined town. Su Jingming walked down the street with a long spear on his back. This used to be a city street, but now the pavement is cracked. Weeds everywhere. And everything looks deserted. Buildings and shops on both sides are all trashed. But Su Jingming wasn't paying attention to his surroundings. His focus was all on his system panel. Level, awakened. Power, purple sky lightning, S rank. Body, 181. HP, 181. Spirit, 182. Skills, spear techniques, advanced, lightning gale slash, beginner. Power points, 2,534. Su Jingming's eyes lit up. That was everything he'd gained in the core area. That many power points is insane. But even so, there still isn't a plus sign next to his level. Which confirms it's because he hasn't learned a power cultivation method yet. So he can't become a powered user yet. Still, I've already cleared out most of the beasts in the core area. If I want more points, I need to head to the inner core. Su Jingming thought to himself. But there are tier 2 beasts there. So I need to power up a bit more first. He opened his stats. Clicked the plus sign beside lightning gale slash. Power points, 100. Lightning gale slash upgraded to intermediate. Power points, 200. Upgraded to advanced. In one go he spent 300 points, maxing out the skill. Suddenly, it felt like he'd practiced this move thousands of times. He was super skilled. Now against a tier 2 monster, I'm even more confident. Even with a lot of points left, Su Jingming didn't go wild on boosting his stats. He just upped his HP to 180 at first, then upgraded his combat skills. Pretty stingy, honestly. Partly because power points are precious, and once the exam ends, there won't be another chance to rack up so many. Also, once he gets into powered user college, the points will still be super useful. But most importantly, his current strength is enough to handle the core area's tier 2 monster. No need to upgrade more. Done with his points, he downed the last 2 energy bars in his bag, recharged, then checked the map, and headed straight for the innermost core. Compared to the whole exam map, the inner core is tiny. It's pretty much just a small dot. But in real life, it'd be way bigger than that. More like a whole neighborhood. It's called Scenery Garden. Dozens of beasts are on the open ground inside. Unlike normal beast packs, these monsters are all different types. There are iron-haired boars, even a one-horned rhino. Monsters are crazy aggressive. Normally, different kinds hunt each other. To see so many different kinds together, living in peace, as a group, there must be a dominant beast king in charge. And this beast king is a grizzly lurking deep in the clearing. Unlike a normal grizzly, this beast is massive. Just like a tank. Its eyes are blood red, hiding a sea of carnage. A beast like this, just by sitting there, radiates a terrifying aura. Zhou Mingyang's group arrived nearby, looking down from a rooftop. Seeing the grizzly below, everyone's faces turned pale. It's a bloodthirsty berserk bear. Zhou Mingyang looked grim. Among beasts, strengths vary greatly. Even at tier 1, a shadow cat can't beat a rhino. That's species dominance. And the bloodthirsty berserk bear is a notoriously rare breed. They're hard to handle. Forget its terrifying strength. Its thick, matted fur is tougher than level 1 alloy. Even missiles can't easily break it. This is trouble. Zhou Mingyang sighed bitterly. If it were any other tier 2 beast, the 4 of them together might hold out for a bit. But against this bear, one swipe from that massive paw, and everyone is dead. We can't even stand our ground. There's another possibility. As soon as we enter, before the bear even moves, those tier 1 high-rank beasts will wipe us out. The bald guy curled his lip. The 4 of them together could handle 4 high-rank beasts at most. But in that clearing, there are over 30 of them. Which means, whether it's the tier 2 bear or the tier 1 mobs, we can't touch any of them. The gap between the zones is just too big. The core's strongest was only tier 1 mid. In the inner core, the boss is tier 2, and even the mobs are tier 1 high rank. How are we supposed to play? Meng Di pouted in frustration. Before the exam, I heard Old Lu was the designer this year. I didn't believe it then. But looking at this insane setup is definitely his. The long-haired guy gritted his teeth. The exam designers rotate every year in Jiangnan province. And Old Lu is known for being ruthless. The exams he designs have double the usual death rate. High ranks and tier 2 beasts are standard for the national exam. But Old Lu swapped the tier 2 for a tougher bloodthirsty bear. Zhou Mingyang sighed. Can't blame anyone else. We're just not strong enough. This exam picks the best of the best. The inner core is like the final boss question. Only those who solve it are true geniuses. He's a star in Jiangqing, but in the whole province, he's not even qualified to try this final question. By the way, that guy Su Jingming worked so hard all day to get 3,000 points, but it's less than killing this tier 2 and these 30 high ranks. The long-haired guy smirked, looking quite gloating. Points in the inner core are much higher. One tier 1 high rank is worth 100 points. If you kill the tier 2 boss, you get 4,000 in one go. Humanity needs elite warriors. Killing trash beasts is useless. He clearly had a grudge against Su. Zhou Mingyang frowned, but said nothing. After all, it's the truth. The exam needs powerful warriors, not just slaughter machines for weak beasts. Just like Earth today, even with beasts everywhere, if we kill the beast kings, the rest will crumble. The rest will fall apart. Without killing the kings, killing minions changes nothing. That's why the inner core points are set so high. Kill the tier 2 beast, and you'll dominate the scoreboard. The tier 2 beast is the goal for top candidates. Still, Zhou Mingyang thought to himself, if Su is useless, then we, with lower scores, must be even more pathetic. He thought this, but they had to work together, so he didn't argue. Alright, enough talk. Let's go down and try to lure out some high-rank beasts. Zhou Mingyang said. With a tier 2 bear guarding, we can't just barge in. His strategy was to lure them one by one, killing as many as possible. They might not lure any out. And if that happened, they'd have to head back. Time to get to work. Heading to where the stage 2 beasts are stationed to lure the killers. This really isn't a suicide mission. Even if it is suicide, still gotta give it a shot. The group teased each other as they got ready to go downstairs. But just then, a dark figure suddenly dashed in from a distance. It was insanely fast. Like a cheetah. In just a few seconds, it had already reached the entrance of the community. Su Jingming. Zhou Mingyang's eyes narrowed. Even though he was on the 8th floor rooftop, thanks to his awakened powers, he instantly spotted the figure below. It was Su Jing, whom he'd met before. Su Jingming showed up too. Where? Mingdi and the others had never run into Su Jingming before. So hearing Zhou Mingyang speak, everyone at the stairwell quickly turned back to look down. After an awaken evolves into an esper, their abilities get stronger, and their physical traits also improve. So, the 8th floor is nothing to them. They can see everything below. In the courtyard below, a young man stood there. He was tall, with a sharp, determined look. His eyes were as sharp as a hawk's. Clearly, he'd been through countless fights. His black battlesuit was mostly stained dark red, and the black spear on his back, its razor-sharp tip, now looked chipped and jagged, like a cleaver used too many times. It was worn down. That spear alone made the young man's intense aura seem even fiercer. Damn, he's good-looking. No matter when, women are always emotional beings. So the moment Mingdi saw Su Jingming, her eyes lit up. He used an F-rank spear until it broke down like that. Can't imagine how many beasts he's killed. Whoa. The guy with the buzz cut was stunned by his ruined weapon. F-rank alloy is supposed to be super tough. If it's in this state, that shows how intense and brutal his fights have been. To walk right up to a herd of beasts like this, isn't that suicide? The long-haired guy just snorted coldly. Sure enough, with Su Jingming's appearance, the beasts below got riled up. In a blink, over 10 high-level stage 1 beasts charged at him, roaring. Shoot, he just aggroed the whole herd. Mingdi gasped out loud. Why is Su Jingming so reckless? Zhou Mingyang frowned. At this range, even if they want to help, it's too late. By the time they get down there, Su Jingming will probably be dead and gone. Why else? Getting first place pumped up his ego. He doesn't know his limits. The long-haired guy sneered, staring intently at the scene below. Someone actually using a spear? That spear's not gonna last. Just like he said. Here we go. At first, Su Jingming could handle a few rushing beasts. But as more piled on, he got overwhelmed. He was quickly swallowed up by the group. No way Su Jingming just died like that, right? Watching his figure vanish under the beasts, Zhou Mingyang found it hard to believe. The guy rose like a comet in a few hours. And now, maybe he's falling just as fast. Crashing down like a meteor. The main thing is, what was Su Jingming even thinking? He knows this core area is full of high-level beasts. Even stage 2 monsters. And yet, he just walks up to them? Then again, turns out he was lying to me. From start to finish, he never used his lightning power. Zhou Mingyang muttered. Forget it, dead is dead. A lie is just a lie. Zhou Mingyang and Su Jingming were just acquaintances anyway. He didn't really care about his safety. At most, he just wondered why the guy did something so stupid. But right then, everyone's heart suddenly clenched. A deep, commanding voice echoed in their ears. Thunder God. Next moment, with a harsh clap of thunder, a purple shock wave blasted out from the center of the herd below. Any beast hit by it was smashed as if struck by lightning, charred all over, and thrown back 4 or 5 meters. The dense herd looked like it was erased, as if someone wiped across it with an eraser. A clearing opened up instantly. In the center, Su Jingming stood tall and straight, like a war god standing proud. All around him, purple lightning crackled and danced, like it was welcoming its king, cheering around him. And at that moment, the others finally realized. That wasn't a shockwave, but a high-voltage net made of purple lightning. Wait. Staring at Su Jingming, surrounded by the lightning, Zhou Mingyang was totally stunned. He finally snapped out of it after a while. Mumbled, Su Jingming really has lightning powers. In the center of the courtyard, Su Jingming stood tall, purple thunder arcing 3 meters out. The crackling was loud, like thousands of birds screeching at once. The lightning was terrifying. Like anything near Su Jingming was forbidden to live. 3 meters out. Burnt, blackened beasts lay everywhere. Inside 3 meters, only Su Jingming was left. Shrouded in lightning, looking unstoppable. Turns out just using brute force alone wouldn't cut it against this many high-level monsters. That's a stretch. Su Jingming raised his left hand, staring at the purple sparks dancing on his fingertips. Power and rank depend on your basic attributes. Even though he's still just an awakened, with 180 points in both health and spirit, his purple thunder is way stronger now than when he first awakened. Strong enough to seriously hurt high-level beasts. Even top-level monsters can't brush it off. This is what an S-grade gift does. Absolute power. Su Jingming looked ahead. A dozen beasts, all near death, had attracted the attention of the Beast King. The bloodthirsty violent bear stood up from rest. 5 meters tall and over 3 meters wide. It looked like a heavy tank. Just imagine it. A heavy tank standing upright. That's what real pressure feels like. And that's exactly what Su Jingming was facing. Rare beast, bloodthirsty violent bear. This year's combat entrance exam really is insanely difficult. Su Jingming licked his lips. Summer in Jiangnan. Sun sets a bit later. The last rays of sunlight hit the bear, casting a long shadow on the ground. With the sun behind it, Su Jingming couldn't clearly see the bear's face. But his blood-red eyes gave off an overwhelming sense of pressure. Feeling the effect of this aura, The beasts that had shrunk back from Su Jingming's presence, over 10 of them who didn't dare move forward, suddenly got rowdy again. They lowered their bodies, bared their fangs, and started roaring and growling. Honestly, this scene could fit right into a horror film. But once the fight starts, these little beasts might be a real hassle. Su Jingming thought to himself. Since that's the case, let's clear the field first. Su Jingming's gaze sharpened. The thunder god's lightning, which was just active on his skin, now under his control, actually went straight inside his body. Almost like getting injected with a crazy stimulant. Su Jingming's body shook hard. Then his clear eyes filled with purple lightning. At that moment, an immense power burst out from all over his body. This is the feeling. A wild grin spread across Su Jingming's sharp face. Cocky and bold. Superpowers are part of humans. Just like an arm. They can be used as easily as moving your arm. Besides complex power usage in combat, like those precise abilities, there are also rough ways to use them. Like Zhou Mingyang's wind powers. He can just use them to cut air resistance and run faster. Or like Su Jingming's thunder god's lightning burst just now. It can hit as hard as a plasma cannon. This state right now. It's also a basic lightning superpower use. Send the lightning into your body. Shock your cells. And your whole body gets way stronger. Su Jingming tried using level 1 weak current before. To stimulate his body. But all it did was make him numb. It didn't do much else. But switching to S-class thunder god's lightning now. It's a whole different story. Su Jingming could feel the thunder god's lightning surging like a river inside. Rushing through his body. Making him a lot stronger. To a crazy level. Of course, it's not exactly combat mode. And having lightning inside your body is still risky. One wrong move could hurt your nerves. So Su Jingming can't keep it up for long. But to deal with these beasts, it's more than enough. Su Jingming smirked. And in the next instant, lightning flashed. His figure vanished on the spot. And when he popped up again, he was already next to a first-tier high-level horned rhino. Then, spear in hand, he struck like a bolt of lightning, cutting a purple-black arc through the air. Before the horned rhino knew what happened, a red line appeared across its neck. And then the rhino's massive head smoothly fell to the ground. Its steel-hard hide, right then, couldn't protect it at all. Blood gushed from its neck like a fountain. First-tier beasts have tough lives. Even when they're wounded, they can still move with a torn belly. But losing a head means death. The horned rhino's headless body collapsed in a pool of blood. Seeing the rhino killed right before them, the bloodthirsty bear couldn't hold back anymore, and let out a furious roar, charging straight at Su Jingming. Even though it's huge, the bloodthirsty bear is still fast, running on all fours. It covered over 30 meters in a blink. Honestly, it was more like flying than running. It looked like a leap instead of a charge. But even if the bloodthirsty bear is quick, Su Jingming's even quicker. With thunder god's lightning boosting him, he turned into a purple-black blur, weaving through the beasts. Every time he struck, the obsidian spear crackling with purple lightning would take down another beast. Killed a first-tier horned lizard. Plus 15 points. Killed a first-tier shadow cat. Plus 13 points. Killed a first-tier blade tiger. Plus 14 points. A series of system notifications kept ringing in Su Jingming's mind. At the same time, the bloodthirsty bear went into a fit of rage. Because it couldn't catch Su Jingming. What kind of lightning ability is this? It's insanely powerful. Everyone on the rooftop, Zhou Mingyang and his group, were totally stunned. Just the power surge was enough to seriously wound a top-tier beast. And Su Jingming is only an awakened. Even with an A-level ability, you still couldn't pull off this level of strength. Mondi, the petite girl, struggled and swallowed hard. Thanks to the internet, he's seen high-level lightning ability users before. But even those top-tier lightning users never brought this much pressure. Not like Su Jingming is doing right now. Stronger than A-level? Maybe. Zhou Mingyang and the bald guy exchanged looks. They actually said S-level together. Right as they finished speaking, Zhou Mingyang immediately shook his head. No, that's not right. If he really was an S-level, from the day his ability awakened, the whole Great Xia nation would have been shaken. And right now, it's almost impossible to hide your ability rank. Ability awakenings are arranged by the government. Every awaken's power gets recorded in the national database. If there was an actual S-level ability, the state would have sent him right off for elite training. Why would he still be here? At the under-resourced Jiangqing No. 2 high school? Could it be a mutated ability? The bald youth tried asking. A mutated ability? Zhou Mingyang thought for a moment, then nodded. Yeah, that's possible. It's a big world. And anything can happen. Mutant abilities are rare. But it's not unheard of. There were cases where a ground-level ability mutated into a sky-level ability by chance. No matter what though. After today, the whole Jiangqing might be shaken up because of him. Watching the long spear on the ground floor, the black figure cutting through the beasts with force, Zhou Mingyang looked conflicted. Time flashes back 4 minutes. When Su Jingming showed up alone at the bloodthirsty bear beast pack, right at the front, shouts broke out on the military grounds outside the exam center. People gasped in surprise. What is Su Jingming doing? Why show up right in front of the beasts? Zhou Mingyang's group all knew. They should hide at a high point and observe first. Why was Su Jingming so reckless? Run, hurry up. The education director and the principals are all second-level ability users. With sharp judgment. They'd already noticed Su Jingming's power. Handling 2 or 3 top-tier beasts at once is doable. But going up against dozens at the same time is just wishful thinking. Not to mention, there's an even scarier second-tier beast. The bloodthirsty bear. That he can't handle. So when they saw Su Jingming openly step right into the core zone, the director and principals freaked out. Many teachers from second high shouted for him to run. Too bad Su Jingming on screen couldn't hear them. Instead, he alarmed the beast pack and got swallowed by it. Su Jingming was way too confident, just marching straight into the heart of danger. The director shook his head, looking tense. Even if Su Jingming survived by luck, when the 5-subject exam is over, this reckless move would hurt his evaluation by college recruiters. His ranking will take a serious hit. This is bad. Our school finally got a genius. Is he just going to die here? The second high principal looked grim too. Su Jingming, doesn't he have a safety orb? Class advisor Chen Fan quickly spoke up. Even if you could activate the safety orb now, the high-voltage grid it creates can't handle that many top-tier beasts. Principal Zhao Yao shook his head and looked to the head military examiner. Commander Wang, please get the nearest ability squad ready to rescue him. To keep students as safe as possible. Besides the safety orb, there's another safety measure, which is ability squads stationed around the exam grounds. Unlike rookie examinees, these squads are war-hardened elites. Their team setups are smart. They're all first tier, but put together, they can take on a second-tier beast just fine. Of course, only a few elite squads exist in the whole military district. They usually save very promising examinees. And Su Jingming, ranked number 1, definitely qualifies for this. Commander Wang nodded, turned on the comms, and started contacting rescue teams. Hope Su Jingming last until they arrive. Principal Zhao Yao sighed. Just then, on Su Jingming's projection screen, a bright flash appeared. Centered on Su Jingming, purple lightning burst out everywhere. Every beast nearby got fried by the lightning. All were scorched black and thrown aside. Then Su Jingming looked like a thunder god, eyes crackling with power, his body covered in purple sparks, holding a long spear, fighting wild beasts all around. And the second-tier bloodthirsty bear chased after him, but couldn't hit him at all. Su Jingming just kept taking out beasts. The fight flipped in an instant. Everything turned around in a second. The director, the principals, were all totally shocked by the sudden reversal. Is this Su Jingming's lightning power? Principal Zhao Yao gasped sharply. Education Director Zhang Wenshan was stunned too. Principal Zhao, you all call this a first-level ability? You're joking, right? At the center of the ruined town, bolstered by the Zixiao Divine Thunder, Su Jingming was leading. The bloodthirsty bear like walking a dog. The bear seemed to realize it couldn't catch up. And couldn't get Su Jingming. Just being walked around. So it stopped chasing. And its massive body settled in the center of the courtyard. Those red eyes locked onto Su Jingming. Every time Su Jingming killed a beast, the bear's bloodthirsty aura got heavier. There were 34 top-tier beasts here. 13 attacked Su Jingming at the start, and the blast of Zixiao Divine Thunder left them scorched and badly hurt. The remaining 21 beasts, in just 1 minute, got taken down one after another by Su Jingming, with his cells activated. Crackling, a flash of lightning, Su Jingming held his spear. His tall figure surrounded by lightning stood nearly 8 meters in front of the bloodthirsty bear. Pretty smart. You knew I'd come for you. So you waited right here. Su Jingming's eyes glowed purple lightning, looking right at the bloodthirsty bear nearby. His presence was absolutely overwhelming. At this moment, the bloodthirsty berserk bear was clearly furious. Its nostrils flared with heavy breaths. The muscles on its chest bulged with every sharp inhale. Its whole chest heaved up and down dramatically. Its blood-red eyes looked cold and merciless. With a sight like this, anyone with weak nerves would probably collapse from fear right then and there. But Su Jingming's face stayed calm. He raised his left hand slightly. Like a thunder god who controls everything. The purple divine lightning swirling around him quickly gathered. It formed a bolt of purple lightning. Crack. Su Jingming hurled the purple lightning forward. Boom. It hit the bloodthirsty berserk bear in front of him dead on. This kind of thunder could easily kill any high-level tier 1 beast. But now, it just danced on the bear's body surface. Other than making it look even more vicious, it didn't seem to do much. No wonder they're considered a rare species among tier 2 beasts. Their defense is insane. Su Jingming's eyes narrowed slightly. Unlike ordinary pets, the bloodthirsty berserk bear never grooms its fur. So its fur easily mats up, forming a protective layer like armor. That kind of fur armor is almost as tough as level 1 alloy. More importantly, it's non-conductive. The purple divine lightning is strong, but Su Jingming is still just an awakened. With such a huge gap in power, hurting a tier 2 bloodthirsty berserk bear is really pushing it. Looks like I have to break its defense first. While Su Jingming was thinking to himself, the bloodthirsty berserk bear wasn't just standing there. It suddenly lowered its head and let out a roar. A wild surge of energy became visible all around its body, just like a super scion. The red energy rose up like a current, and its whole body swelled in size. The veins on its savage bear face bulged out. The ground beneath was littered with shards that actually started to tremble from all that power. Then it stomped with full force, leaving a deep crater in the ground. That giant body, as huge as a tower, leaped at Su Jingming. Su Jingming was startled. So this is what it feels like to have a tiger tank coming at you. Got any idea what that's like? Well, I'm getting that feeling now. His face changed. He quickly dodged to the side. Whoosh. The bloodthirsty berserk bear barreled down like a comet, smashing right where Su Jingming just stood. The already battered concrete ground couldn't take it anymore. It cracked open with the bear at the center. Dust flew everywhere. Once the dust settled, the bloodthirsty berserk bear, still looking like a super scion, came back into Su Jingming's view. It went berserk right from the start. Looks like it can't wait to kill me. Su Jingming clicked his tongue in awe. Lower and higher tier beasts usually have skills similar to human combat abilities. Berserk mode is a typical skill that most fierce beasts have. Studies show, when they go berserk, what little intelligence they have vanishes, and they become killing machines moved only by instinct. Accordingly, in berserk mode, their physical strength increases massively. Usually, they only go berserk when they're at their limit. But this fight just started, and the bloodthirsty berserk bear already snapped. Clearly, Su Jingming's kiting tactics really pissed it off. But I'm not stupid either. No matter if it's berserk or not, I'm not gonna fight you head on. Su Jingming thought to himself. His base vitality was 180, and it shot up even higher after activating cell stimulation. His strength is insane. But even so, he never wanted to fight the bloodthirsty berserk bear directly. He's only 6'1", while the bear is over 20 feet tall now. Going toe-to-toe would be suicide. Agility is definitely the way to win. A flash of lightning. Su Jingming's spear-wielding figure turned blurry, disappearing from his original spot. The bloodthirsty berserk bear sensed something was off, but couldn't react in time. It suddenly felt sharp pain in its leg. A streak of lightning with a purple arc left a deep, sharp wound, splitting open on the bear's left leg. Blood spurted out like a fountain, gushing from its leg artery. In pain, the bear's massive fist slammed at the tiny human beside its foot. Compared to the bear's 30-foot frame, Su Jingming, just 6'1", was much more nimble. Plus, the divine purple lightning kept amping up his cells, giving him non-stop energy. With all that, Su Jingming's agility was insane. So before the bear's fist hit him, Su Jingming already dodged to its right leg. Compared to the divine purple lightning, the sharp obsidian spear was much better at breaking its defense. So Su Jingming used the same trick again. He slashed with his spear right on the right leg of the bloodthirsty savage bear, leaving a long wound. But the clumsy beast hadn't even managed to spot him yet. The pain from the wounds on both legs drove the bloodthirsty savage bear into a frenzy. It started swinging its paws and attacking wildly. But Su Jingming had already dodged aside. The rampaging bloodthirsty savage bear was like a crazy wrecking machine. Many beast corpses around got smashed into pulp. Just then, Su Jingming unleashed the purple sky divine thunder to the max. Countless purple lightning bolts burst from him, striking the bloodthirsty savage bear. The bear was already slower than Su Jingming. Now that its legs were injured, it was even slower. Even though the bear was berserk and lost its intelligence, its basic instincts knew The thunder couldn't be fatal. So it simply hunkered down in a defensive stance. Just like that, the purple sky divine thunder rained down for over 30 seconds. The bear's gray-white fur was scorched black. That should be enough. Su Jingming flashed forward, appearing less than 3 meters in front of the bear. For the bloodthirsty savage bear, 3 meters was just one step to attack. But as it tried to move its legs, ready to vent its rage on the little human in front of it, it was shocked to find its legs felt like they were gone, totally unresponsive. Even scarier, its arms felt unbearably heavy too, unable to even lift up. So you really thought you'd be fine after tanking my purple sky divine thunder for over 30 seconds? Su Jingming shook his head. The bear's fur was tough, but a moment ago the obsidian spear already broke through at its legs. With that half-minute of bombardment, much of the electricity was blocked, but plenty surged into its wounds and got inside the bear. It paralyzed its nerves. That's exactly what Su Jingming wanted. Unable to move. You're just a sitting duck now. Su Jingming gripped his spear and launched his counterattack. The 50-kilogram obsidian spear spun in his hands, the lightning-wrapped spearhead striking again and again. Splat, splat. Purple lightning swirled all around him. Wrapped in the purple sky divine thunder, Su Jingming was shrouded in ancient lightning energy, looking almost like a god. His spear became a blur. In just 3 or 4 seconds, he left dozens of bull-sized wounds all over the bear. Lightning flickered inside the wounds, dealing even more damage. If this was a normal beast, it'd be dead for sure. But to a 2-stage bloodthirsty savage bear over 6 meters tall, with that kind of thick hide, these wounds were just minor injuries. Just then, the bear suddenly realized it had feeling in its arms again. As a menacing grin twisted its huge bare face, and it readied to counterattack, the human in front of it leaped up, right in line with its chest. A pair of sharp, black and white eyes looked extremely calm. At the same time, a deep, commanding voice rang in its ears. Lightning strike slash. With a thunderous boom, the black spear released a terrifying wave of lightning energy. It instinctively tried to raise its arms to block, but it was too late. This wounded bear took its heaviest hit yet. Violent purple lightning exploded from its chest, with massive force, blasting it back like a cannonball. It crashed through the ruined central flower bed, and then plowed a trench over 20 meters long across the ground, before finally stopping. A huge scorched hole had been blasted open in its left chest, where its heart used to be, now completely gone. Only residual purple lightning flickered inside. The bear could feel its strength draining fast. Its mind was fading. It instinctively tried to get up, staggering to its feet, but before it could take a step, it collapsed to the ground with a thud. This beast, strong enough to destroy a small town, lost all signs of life in that instant. Ding! Killed a 2-stage lower ranked bloodthirsty savage bear. Skill points plus 2,400. Hearing the system prompt, Su Jingming, still gripping his spear, let out a breath. Finally, that battle was over. He had pushed his current power to the limit. The fight lasted less than 2 minutes, but the intensity and constant mental tension nearly overwhelmed even him. With his 180 points in vitality and spirit, he barely held on. At least the outcome was good. Of course, even if that whole combo hadn't finished it, Su Jingming had a backup plan. Use his ability points to boost his stats. You could say, those over 200 billion points in the system panel meant from the start, the bloodthirsty savage bear was doomed. Su Jingming released his cell activation state. The lightning in his eyes faded away, and the purple sky divine thunder around him was recalled back into his body. Without that divine thunder buff, Su Jingming suddenly felt weak. But he knew this weakness was just an illusion from the power draining away. Really, he was only back to his original strength before cell activation. With all the beasts in the core wiped out, he wondered how many points he'd scored. Su Jingming opened his smartwatch and checked his score. Su Jingming, first place, 11,124 points. Jiangqing number 2 high school. Though he expected it, Su Jingming was still shocked by the score. After the shock passed, a happy smile appeared on his face. Just as I thought. The core beasts give the most points. Last year, if I remember right, the top score in Jiangnan province was barely over 8,000 points. Doesn't that mean I've already locked up first place in the province? Su Jingming glanced at the distant corpse of the dead bloodthirsty savage bear. He didn't stop there. He slung the nearly ruined obsidian spear on his back and headed for the central region again. Meanwhile, up on the rooftop, Zhou Mingyang and the others were still stunned by Su Jingming's display. The bloodthirsty savage bear just died like that. Zhou Mingyang swallowed hard. From the start of the fight to when the bear was stabbed to death, it was barely 2 minutes. That kind of two-stage beast with such insane vitality, even elite espers, would need over half an hour to take down. It's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. The bald guy's expression was stunned as he stared at his smartwatch score. Su Jingming's score has already passed 10,000. Over 10,000 points. Zhou Mingyang's eyes widened. He blurted out, "I remember last year, our Jiangnan province's top scorer only had a bit over 8,000 points. Su Jingming's over 10,000 points. Could he actually be Jiangnan province's top scorer? Top scorer, wow. That's insane." The people nearby all gasped. Just then, Mingdi's voice suddenly rang out, "Look." Su Jingming left. "Look where he's going. Seems like he's heading to the central area." The central area. No wonder he's the top scorer. He killed all the tier 2 monsters. And he's still pushing forward. Now he's heading for the central area. The bald guy whistled, amazed. Zhou Mingyang snapped out of it too. He slapped his thigh. "Oh no, is Su Jingming really the top scorer? I don't know. But what I know is, if we don't hurry to the central area now, with just over an hour left, we might not get any points at all. Yeah, at Su Jingming's speed, he could wipe out all the monsters there. Let's hurry up." "Heh, if that's the case, then I'll go first." The others suddenly got it. No time to think. They grabbed their weapons and rushed downstairs. Meanwhile, Zhou Mingyang, who didn't need teammates anymore, used his wind ability, and was the fastest of them all. Outside the exam hall, tons of principals and teachers were amazed at Su Jingming's power, but also started to tense up as they watched Su Jingming act. Tier 2 blood frenzy bear. Even for these principals, at their peak strength, they'd avoid this beast. Now, this terrifying monster looked like a toy. Su Jingming handled it easily, effortlessly dodging attacks. The bear struck fiercely. 2 shots took out its legs. Lightning kept pounding it, so it got paralyzed, couldn't move. His spear attacked fast, instantly wounding the bear badly. The final blow, the spear charged with lightning, pierced its heart, killing it. All his moves flowed smoothly. So slick. When the bear crashed to the ground, the whole place fell dead silent. Nobody expected, even the prodigies from the capital city, were worried about the tier 2 blood frenzy bear would die that quickly. Until the ranking board updated. Su Jingming's score reached 10,000. The director, principals and teachers hadn't even reacted yet. 10,000 points, wow. Record-breaking. Record-breaking. A teacher from second high yelled excitedly. After the shout, all the principals and teachers in the audience finally got it. They broke out in loud excitement. 10,000 points. Not just breaking Jiangqing's record, but also Jiangnan province's record. A true genius. Jiangqing is blessed. This year's top scorer will be ours. Right now, principals and teachers from 3 schools were all cheering like crazy. If Su Jingming used to be from second high, the other 2 schools might have cared before. But now, it's totally different. With Su Jingming likely to be the top scorer, he doesn't just represent second high, he represents the whole city of Jiangqing. Nice job. Principal Zhao Yao couldn't help but stand up. He shot up with excitement. He's always been calm. He already lost it a few times today. But with this huge surprise, who cares if he lost his cool? This score basically means he'll be the top in the province. At worst, he's top 3 in Jiangnan province. You know, second high has been around for over 100 years. The best we've ever done in Jiangnan province was only 64th place. What every past principal failed to do. I've finally made it happen. How could I not be excited? Wow. A student this amazing. How did we not get him into rocket class before? In second high's audience section, the rocket class homeroom teacher felt excited but also frustrated. If only we'd pulled Su Jingming into our class back then. He'd have all the glory now. Su Jingming, you're awesome. Having a shot at the provincial top scorer with my own student. Just thinking about it. Class 5's. Homeroom teacher Chen Fan felt like he was dreaming. But the pain from pinching himself reminded him. It's all real. He couldn't help but get super pumped. We've got someone this fierce in class 5? Unbelievable. Who would have thought? I sure didn't. I only scored 102 out of 10,000. That's a 100x gap. Towards the later stages of the 5-subject exam, a lot of students had already been eliminated by activating their safety spheres and sent back to the open area early. Seeing Su Jingming's insane score now, they were left in total shock. The 10,000-point senior did it. That's just amazing. With this score, he can get into any top talent university easily. Haha, now. Those elite schools are begging him to enroll. I'm announcing, from today on, Su Jingming is my idol. On second high sports field, freshmen, sophomores, and teachers all got hyped. Most students saw Su Jingming as their idol and role model. Everyone's faces turned red with excitement. An hour flew by quickly. It was soon 9 o'clock sharp. At that moment, for all students in the ruined town test site, a red warning popped up on their smartwatches. At the same time, the AI voice came on right away. Attention, please. Jiangqing's 2037 martial arts exam is now over. Beast kills no longer count for points. Candidates, please return now. Reminder, the 2037 Jiangqing martial arts exam is over. Beast kills no longer count for points. Please return at once. The announcement repeated 3 times before stopping. All students who got the notice felt either thoughtful or regretful, heading back full of different feelings. The martial arts exam is over. Su Jingming pulled his spear out from a beast's body, feeling a bit regretful too. Too bad, there won't be another chance to rack up power points this fast. Then, Su Jingming carried his spear and walked back. The martial arts exam is done. A whole new future is waiting for him. At 9 sharp, the ranking and scores were set. Su Jingming got first place, with nearly 10 times the second place's score. Solid first. Former favorite Zhou Mingyang only managed second. With the 5-subject test ending, students kept walking out of the ruined town one after another. Besides talking about their own test experiences, the main thing everyone discussed was Su Jingming. Over 10,000 points. That's insane. I'm in the same class as Su Jingming. If I told you he only has level 1 power, would you believe me? Level 1 power? You gotta be joking. Level 1 power. And he's still beaten Zhou Mingyang, who's B rank, by 10 times? Crazy, right? Interestingly, when classmates told others Su Jingming only has level 1 power, nobody believed it. Time slowly ticked by. Most students were already back at the open area. Only some who went deep into the ruined town were still inside. That included Su Jingming, of course. But none of the students who came out got on the bus right away. They waited there instead. They wanted to see the guy who crushed it with over 10,000 points and find out who he really was. While waiting, everyone couldn't help guessing what Su Jingming's final ranking would be. Last year, the highest in Jiangnan province was just over 8,000. Over 10,000 this time, that's probably first in the province. Maybe. But who knows about the other cities? Maybe one of them has a freak just like Su Jingming. Good point. Still, either way, he's definitely top 3 in Jiangnan province. Top 3 in Jiangnan province. That's gonna put Jiangqing on the map. Totally. Finally, Jiangqing's got a real superstar. In terms of the economy, out of all Jiangnan cities, Jiangqing is ranked near the bottom. It's never gotten much attention during the national martial arts exam, and basically stayed off the radar. Every year, on the provincial ranking list, you had to check after the top 100 to see a student from Jiangqing. But this year is a whole new story. Su Jingming, with over 10,000 points, has a shot at being the province's top scorer. Even if he misses, that's still top 3. When that happens, all of Jiangqing will be famous for Su Jingming. Because of that, Education Bureau Chief Zhang Wenshan and other principals and teachers all left the stands early to wait for Su Jingming outside the test area. Loads of students at the site were proud and excited. Some second high, class 5 students loudly bragged about knowing Su Jingming well. They acted all close. Especially Lu Jia, who was already close with Su Jingming, was full of pride. Seemed like she was about to float away. Chi, is that Su Jingming really your cousin? Chi is from first high. In the crowd, Xiaoya, who lost interest when they were at Thunder Martial Gym, looked at Tang Chi, her eyes bright, and asked about Su Jingming. Girl, you've asked 3 times already. Cousin Tang Chi couldn't help but roll her eyes. I'm not totally sure, but I think it's probably him. Alright, I trust you. Xiaoya nodded, then hugged Tang Chi's arm and started whining playfully. Come on, bestie. Give me your cousin's contact info, will you? Now you want his contact info? Weren't you not interested yesterday? Seeing Xiaoya beg like that, Tang Chi couldn't help but tease. Today's a brand new day. Yesterday, he was just a level 1 power user. Today, he's number 1 in Jiangqing. That changes everything. The treatment is different, of course. Hearing Xiaoya's matter-of-fact tone, Tang Chi was left speechless. That mood changed way too fast. Just as he was about to speak, a loud shout rang out. Su Jingming. He finished the exam. When everyone heard the shout, the whole clearing went silent, including Tang Chi and Xiaoya. Everyone instinctively turned their heads. Looking towards the ruined town's exit, a tall figure appeared, walking out of the dark, ruined town. It turned out to be Sujin. He wore a blood-stained black combat suit. His face was calm and steady. A black spear over 2 meters long was strapped to his back. The beaten-up, nearly destroyed spear seemed to tell just how brutal the battles had been along the way. Su Jingming had returned victorious. Zhang Wenshan, director of the Education Bureau, standing nearby, led the applause, giving the most enthusiastic applause. Then principals and teachers from all schools joined in. Compared to the directors and principals' welcome, the students' welcome was way more intense. Congratulations, Su Jingming. Because of you, our class shines. As fellow candidates, if the score gap was only 100 or 2, they might still doubt it, thinking the gap isn't that big. But over 10,000 points apart, that's absolute domination. And after that, Su Jingming represented more than himself. He represented all of Jiangcheng. So, the candidates didn't hold back with their cheers. Some even clapped, and the bold girls began to show their love right then and there. Faced with this scene, all he could hear was buzzing in his ears. He couldn't make out what anyone was saying. Su Jingming was still a bit dazed. He never imagined after the exam he'd get such a huge welcome. Really dazzling. A little ways behind, Zhou Mingyang just walked out of the exam too. He watched the scene with envy. But he knew, even if he got first place, he'd never get this much cheering. After all, he couldn't score that 10,000 point gap. All candidates, get ready to board the bus. The bus will take you to the city. The cheers lasted for over a minute, before finally dying down. And Commander Wang began organizing the retreat. As for Su Jingming, the principal arranged for him to ride the special car home. So those students from class 5, who wanted to ride the same bus with him, were really disappointed. Su Jingming, have you decided which ability college to go to? The scenery outside flashed by quickly. Su Jingming sat in the back seat of the car. Driving was Principal Zhao Yang from Jiangcheng No. 2 High School. Usually, the principal has a driver, but today, he's behind the wheel himself, with a big smile on his face. Not a hint of annoyance. Nope. Su Jingming shook his head. He was telling the truth. Ever since he crossed over, he only focused on improving his power fast, trying to score higher. Never really thought about which medical ability university to go to. With your grades, you can get into any university nationwide, including the top 3 ability colleges. Principal Zhao looks even more excited than Su Jingming. By the way, do you know those 3 colleges? Su Jingming nodded. Daxia country is big on martial arts. Not only does the martial arts entrance exam get broadcast live, even thousands of ability colleges across the nation hold college tournaments every year, ranking each college. And among these thousands, 3 always place top 3 in tournaments. They're Qingqing Ability University, National Capital Ability University, and Shanghai Ability University. All 3 have been around for over 200 years. With rich educational resources, mentors are at least level 6 ability users. These 3 colleges are above thousands nationwide. They're known as the top 3 elite schools. The ultimate dream campus for every entrance exam student. Top 3 elite schools, huh? That's every student's highest goal. That everyone wishes for. Principal Zhao spoke with feeling. But for you, it's so easy. Honestly, they'll beg you to attend. Beg me to attend? Su Jingming tilted his head, looking puzzled. With your scores, you qualify for special admission. Once the national rankings are out, the nation's top 10 colleges will offer everything to get you to enroll at their schools. If that's not begging, what is? Principal Zhao laughed out loud. Special admission is for the top 3 in the province. And Su Jingming is clearly on that list. I suggest when you get home, read up on the top 3 elite colleges. You shouldn't show up on special admission day clueless. Also, don't let those special offers from the schools dazzle you. Most important is picking the school that's right for you. Of course, any one of the top 3 schools will set you up for a bright future. Principal Zhao straight up left out the other 7 universities in the top 10. Seriously reminded him. Got it. Thanks, Principal. Su Jingming nodded, showing he understood. The martial arts exam is over. Now it's time to seriously think about which school to attend. It takes over an hour to drive from the military zone to downtown. By the time Su Jingming got home, it was already 11:23 p.m. He was so exhausted he didn't even bother washing up. He just took off his battle uniform, which reeked of blood, then collapsed onto the bed and fell into a deep sleep. He slept straight through until after 9 a.m. the next day. Didn't wake up until morning. He slept over 10 hours in one go. He glanced at his phone to check the time. Su Jingming jumped up from the bed, rushed into the bathroom. Warm water flowed out of the shower head, washing over his bare body. Felt great after 12 hours of battling. Su Jingming sweated a lot. He was sticky all over. Now, the warm water washed over him. He instantly felt refreshed. He then opened up his system panel. Name, Su Jingming, level, awakened. Ability, Purple Sky Divine Thunder, S rank. Physique, 183. Vitality, 183. Mental Strength, 185. Skills, Advanced Marksmanship, Lightning, Gale Break. Advanced Ability Points, 2,534. Aside from grades, the biggest gain from the 5-subject Gaokao was the ability points. 2,534 ability points. Once I get into Ability University, these should last me for a while. Su Jingming thought to himself. Ability points are super important. If it was a regular wild area, no way I'd earn this many ability points in such a short time. It's thanks to the 5-subject Gaokao this time. I wonder if Ability University has beast slaying contests like this. If they do, I'd definitely be the first to join. Su Jingming was in a good mood, humming a tune. After showering, he went back to his bedroom, turned on his computer, started searching for info about the top 3 universities. All 3 top universities have been around for centuries. They're famous schools with long histories. Xia has trained many strong people. As he browsed the info, Su Jingming kept letting out amazed sighs. Turns out today's 9 Realms Guardian graduated from Qingjin Ability University. Top ability training methods are mostly unique to these elite schools. Couldn't believe until I checked. Was totally surprised by what I found. About half of the nation's famous high-tier ability users actually come from the top 3 universities. That's a crazy proportion, considering there are thousands of ability universities nationwide. Plus, a lot of people actually studied at foreign ability universities and came back after graduating. Even when you add up all the domestic and international schools, the number of elite graduates is only on par with the top 3 schools. Shows how deep those universities' foundations are. But the biggest thing is, ability training methods are fundamental for leveling up. And there are definitely good and bad ones. Training speed varies wildly. For example, with the worst basic training method, most awakened people take 3 or 4 years to become ability users. But with the best training method, you can level up in less than half a year. Based on what Su Jingming found, most top training methods are locked in the top 3 universities' libraries. No wonder people online say the top 3 schools keep their methods to themselves. They refuse to share their secret techniques. Su Jingming suddenly understood. But he didn't care much about it. Top training methods are super valuable. Trying to pressure schools with public opinion to make them share top methods is just never going to happen. Ding dong. Just as he was about to keep researching, the doorbell rang outside. Someone's here so early. Is it a friend? Su Jingming, still puzzled, got up and walked out of the bedroom. Opened the door. At the door stood 2 beautiful women, one older, one younger. The older one was in her 30s, wearing fancy clothes. Very pretty. The younger was about Su Jingming's age. Tall and slim. Looked a lot like the older woman. A bit colder, though. These 2 were actually Aunt Su Qingwan and cousin Tang Qi. Su Jingming greeted his aunt and cousin with a smile and brought them inside. But it was awkward, because after his ability evolution the night before, his entire living room looked like it had been burned out. The floor and walls were scorched black. Even the sofa and coffee table were reduced to ashes. All the furniture was burned up. There wasn't even a place to sit. Xiaoming, what happened to your place? Aunt Su Qingwan saw this and instantly panicked. She hurriedly grabbed Su Jingming for a closer look. When did this happen? Did you get hurt? Just a little accident. No big deal. Looking at his worried aunt, Su Jingming softened. After his parents passed, his aunt was the only one who gave him real family warmth. As long as you're okay. Glad you're fine. Aunt Su Qingwan breathed a sigh of relief. Then said, I came here today mainly to ask about your Gaokao results from yesterday. Didn't cousin tell you? Su Jingming was a bit surprised. I thought it'd be better if you heard it straight from him. So I didn't say anything. Cousin Tang Qi grinned slyly. Oh, I see. Su Jingming nodded. Let's head downstairs and find somewhere to sit. He took them downstairs to a cafe he often went to near the complex. It was called Morning Light Cafe. It was around 10 a.m. The cafe wasn't very crowded. Su Jingming picked a seat by the window, ordered 3 hot coffees. Morning Light Cafe didn't serve specialty hand-poured coffee. Soon after, 3 steaming cups of coffee were brought to the table by the server. Here you go, please enjoy. The server gave them a warm smile, then walked away. Okay, now you can reveal the answer. Right, Xiaobu? Aunt Su Qingwan smiled, holding her coffee. Why all the mystery? You just didn't want me to give you a beating like when you were a kid. Relax, since you started high school. When have I ever hit you? Even when you wanted to take the martial arts Gaokao? I still agreed. No matter how you did this time, I won't hit you. Hearing his aunt talk like that, Su Jingming awkwardly scratched his nose. His aunt was a classic southern woman, gentle and graceful, but only when there wasn't a finals exam. If his grades dropped, he'd face a painful bamboo shoot stir-fry. And he couldn't fight back. After all, when his parents died, he was only 11. His aunt was assigned as his guardian by the authorities. Don't worry, Mom. Your nephew won't let you down this time. Mom misunderstood my intentions. Tang Qi quickly explained. Really? Is that so? Xiaoming, you did pretty well on this exam. How many points did you get? Did you make 100? Aunt Su Qingwan's eyes lit up. She quickly asked. 100 is the nationwide minimum passing score. If you score over 100, you can hope to get into Power University. I got 100 points. Su Jingming nodded with a smile. And I got way more than 100. It's over 10,000 points. Over 10,000 points? That score was just shocking. So much that Aunt Su Qingwan's eyes opened wide. She was stunned on the spot. She couldn't react for a moment. When it comes to the college entrance exam, because of Tang Qi, Su Qingwan actually knows a lot. She knows that, over the years, the highest score in Jiangcheng was just over 1,000. Even the provincial top scorer in Jiangnan province is only about 8 or 9,000 points. When Su Jingming said he got over 10,000, Aunt Su Qingwan froze for a second. But she quickly came to her senses. She instinctively chose not to believe it. She frowned and said, Xiaoming, don't joke around. Tell us your real score. Mom, Jingming isn't joking. He really got over 10,000 points. Wait, not quite. To be exact, it's 11,124 points. It's been reported on our local Jiangcheng official news account. There's already a news story. Tang Qi handed over her phone, smiling. On the phone was an article just posted recently, from Jiangcheng's official account. The headline was over 10,000 points. It was about the real dark horse from Jiangcheng No. 2 High School. The article's picture showed Su Jingming with a long spear, slaying a level 2 bloodthirsty berserk bear. Yes. Aunt and Xiaoming could both recognize Su Jingming from the picture. So they quickly started reading the article. Su Qingwan is gentle by nature. Most things don't really get her worked up. But as she read the article bit by bit, her eyes shone even brighter. A radiant glow spread across her face, and a look of excitement slowly appeared. First in Jiangcheng, over 10,000 points. That's awesome, really awesome. Su Qingwan acted like she'd just won millions in the lottery. And the article on the phone was like her winning lottery ticket. She read it over and over. She kept muttering, Xiaoming finally made it. Now our Su family has someone to carry on. Things like that. After a while, her feelings finally settled down. Xiaoming, with results like yours, when it's time to pick colleges, you could just pick any of the top 10 universities in the country, right? Aunt Su Qingwan's eyes were shining as she asked. Yesterday the principal told me. I already have a special admission offer. I don't need to apply for colleges. I just have to wait for the schools to make me offers. Su Jingming explained with a smile. Tang Qi agreed right away. Mom, with cousin Jingming's score, he's basically locked in for the top in the province. Even if he doesn't get number 1, he'll for sure be top 3 in Jiangnan province. With a ranking like this, even the top 3 elite schools will fight to recruit him. He won't have to worry about choosing colleges at all. Top 3 elite schools all want him. Wow, Xiaoming, you really gave your aunt a huge surprise. Su Qingwan kept saying. That's great 3 times in a row. Then she couldn't help asking. By the way, when will the rankings for the 5 exams come out? No fixed date. But it should be out within 5 days at the latest. After thinking for a second, Su Jingming replied. All 5 subject scores nationwide will be released at the same time. Before that, each province will carefully check all 5 subject exam videos. Very strictly. Just to stop any cheating. That's actually a lot of work. But no later than 5 days. So the scores will be out by June 13th at the latest. Okay, after the results are out, Aunt will treat you to a big dinner. Su Qingwan's smile was especially bright. After a short pause, she finally asked what's been bothering her the most. But Xiaoming, aren't you just level 1 power user? How did you get such a high score? All through history, the rarer your power is, the stronger your fighting ability. That's common knowledge. Of course, there are rare cases where someone with lower level powers can become really strong. But those people are super rare. Almost 1 in a million. And based on the article's description, like thunder bursts forth, any high-ranking level 1 beasts would be killed in droves. That shouldn't be possible for a simple level 1 weak electric power. You just can't get that kind of result. After all, Su Jingming just awakened. He's not even really a full power user yet. Hearing Su Qingwan's question, Tang Qi also looked over, excited. Obviously, she was really curious too. Su Jingming was ready for this. He explained with a smile. The afternoon before yesterday, when I was working out in the living room, suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck outside the window. It knocked me out cold. When I woke up, my old abilities seemed to have evolved. They got much stronger. That's why you went to the Thunder Martial Arts gym to test them. Tang Qi finally got it. So that's how it happened. Su Qingwan also nodded slightly. There was indeed thunder that afternoon 2 days ago. But you weren't hurt by the lightning. Instead, you got lucky. Your power mutated. That's pretty fortunate. We'll find some time later to go to the gym for another power check. Let's see what level your mutation reached. Based on the article's description of its strength, your ability should be at least B level or higher now. Su Jingming nodded at that. Power mutations are rare, but they're not unheard of. Using this as his reason for his ability's evolution was something he'd planned for a while. It just so happened, when his power evolved 2 days ago, lightning struck outside the window. Most people inside the house knew about it. Alright, whatever the case, you 2 siblings, one ranked 12th in Jiangcheng, one ranked 1st in Jiangcheng. Both did great. Let's go to the market and get some groceries. I'll whip up something tasty for you at lunch. Su Qingwan couldn't hide her happy smile. Su Jingming also smiled a little seeing this. He walked alongside his cousin Tang Qi next to his aunt. June 11th, 9 p.m. Magic City Awaken Powers University Admissions Office. Elsewhere, 3rd and 4th tier ability users are rare, but right now, the whole office is packed. They're all gathered around a big round table. There must be 30 or 40 people here. These power users looked a bit anxious, like they're waiting for something. Not long after, a slightly chubby middle-aged man walked in quickly. He held up a device in his hand. The national rankings for the 5 subjects are out. Everyone, get ready. National V subject rankings are strictly confidential before they're announced. It's kept secret before the results go public. But that's only for ordinary people. For top universities like theirs, getting the rankings a day early is not a big deal. The rankings are finally here. This year's results seemed a bit slower. But last year, it was only a day earlier. The admissions office of Magic City Awaken Powers University is busiest at this time of year. They need to judge the strength of the top 3 students from each province and make different special admissions plans. If a student is strong and has great potential, they'll put in more resources to recruit them. But if some students are weaker, with average potential, they'll spend less. It's not just Magic City Awaken Powers University. The other 2 top schools, Xinjiang Awaken Powers University and Magic City Awaken Powers University, do the same thing. As usual, let's look at the top scorers from each province first. The middle-aged man at the front put the device into the projector they'd prepared. With a buzz, a list showing all the scores and rankings from over 30 provinces was projected at once. Right away, the list appeared. First province, Qingtin City. The man's deep voice filled the room. The projection seemed almost intelligent. It directly showed the rankings for Qingtin City, the capital of Daxia. The top candidate's name popped up. Everyone stared at the very first name on the list. First place, Zhou Yi. Qingjin High School. 9,343 points. Display Zhou Yi's details. As soon as the man finished speaking, a clear electronic voice sounded. Sure, director. Then at the center of the round table, a holographic scene appeared. It showed Zhou Yi's fight during the 5-subject college exam. Zhou Yi, 18 years old. Awakened an A-level strengthening ability. Bronze body. Level, Tier 1, upper. Father is a 4th tier ability user. Every top university has amazing data collection skills. Magic City Awaken Powers University is no exception. In the center, while Zhou Yi's battle played in the hologram, his info echoed in every admissions teacher's ears. Bronze body is pretty good as far as A-level abilities go. Looking at the fight, he uses his power well, too. The teachers chatted about it. Soon after, the video ended on the hologram. The middle-aged man up front spoke in a deep voice. Zoe gets an A+ special admission slot. Teacher Wang Jian, I'm counting on you. Alright, a teacher stood up and nodded. When the meeting ends, he'll head to Qingjing City right away. The next province, Hunan. Time flew by fast. Each province's top scorer was picked out by the admissions director and evaluated by all the teachers. Some got a solid A+, some were regular top applicants, and some were lower-level candidates. Of course, if someone is their province's top scorer, even the weakest ones aren't too bad. Soon it was Jiangnan province's turn. 13th province, Jiangnan. The middle-aged man's deep voice came again, and the projection quickly switched to Jiangnan. Last year, Jiangnan got an A+ special slot. Wonder how it's going this year. It'll probably be A+ again. Jiangnan is a populous province in Daxia. Their top students are always strong. So the admissions director and every teacher all looked at the number 1 name on the list. First place, Su Jingming. Jiangqing number 2 high school, 11,124 points. Over 10,000 points. Jiangnan really stepped up this year. But isn't Jiangqing the capital of Jiangnan? The teachers were initially amazed by Su Jingming's score. But then they saw he's from Jiangqing number 2 high school, and got confused. Jiangqing is the capital? Isn't Ning'an City the provincial capital? What's Jiangqing? Never even heard of it. Su Jingming, 18. Awakened. A Tier 1 natural ability, weak electricity. His parents died 7 years ago due to a beast attack. When Su Jingming's bio was announced, the already puzzled teachers got even more confused. How is a Tier 1 awakened ability connected to the province's top scorer? These two things shouldn't go together. For decades, Jiangnan's top students were usually from Ning'an City, the province's capital, or nearby cities, the wealthier ones. Which makes sense. Rich cities support good fighters. Families with means in these cities raise powerful kids, so the top scorer is always strong. Top province scorers, just like in Qingtin City, always have A-level powers and upper-tier strength. June 12th is the National V subject exam, the last day for the score ranking to be released. So, the results have to come out today. The director of education in Ning'an, capital of Jiangnan province, and several teachers were waiting in front of their computers, just waiting for the rankings to come out. Even in this pretty big office, a bunch of cakes and champagne were already set up, just waiting for the official announcement, so they could celebrate. Lei Zhou from Ning'an number 1 high did pretty well this year. He scored over 9,200 points. He's probably the province's top scorer. Odds are high, but you never know. I heard the neighboring province has some talented students too. True that. Guess it's all about luck now. The teachers started chatting among themselves. From Ning'an number 1 high, Lei Zhou, an A-rank ability user at stage 1 high grade, was the favorite for top scorer. The results are out. Right at that moment, one of the teachers, who was glued to the screen, suddenly brightened up and opened the ranking list. But then he froze for a second. What's wrong? The education director of Ning'an, sensing something was off, frowned and walked over, then discovered the first place was actually an unfamiliar name. Su Jingming is Jiangnan province's number 1. From Jiangqing number 2 high, with a total of 11,124 points. Wait, the top scorer is from Jiangqing. The director over there's eyes went wide, looking totally shocked. This scene wasn't just playing out in Ning'an's education bureau, but also in education bureaus all over Jiangnan province. But compared to the shock in all the bureaus, the journalists in Jiangnan were on the move. See, Jiangnan is one of Daxia's most populated provinces. It has 24 prefecture-level cities and nearly 34 county-level ones. Ning'an, as the capital, and a few nearby cities, are the busiest and most developed. Also where the most ability users gather. The place most likely for geniuses to appear. Jiangqing, in the far northern outskirts of Jiangnan province, is known for its lack of resources, and rarely produces any talent. In the past years, the provincial top scorer always came from Ning'an, or nearby cities. But this year is completely different. The top scorer actually comes from a totally unknown city that most people in Jiangnan haven't even heard of, Jiangqing. What does this mean? It means crazy traffic and hot news. So all these journalists immediately started digging up everything they could about Su Jingming. You don't know until you check. And checking was a shocker. First stage ability. Awakened but not advanced yet. All these keywords freaked them out. They were amazed and couldn't hide their excitement. This is a natural headline grabber. Like octopuses, they went to work. And in just a few minutes, churned out articles over 1,000 words each. A total dark horse. The provincial top scorer from Jiangqing. Shocking, top scorer is just an awaken. Who says a first stage ability user can't top the province? The headlines really hooked everyone. As soon as they went online, tons of people clicked. Especially folks in Jiangnan. Kept commenting under those posts. Sharing their own takes. Isn't the top scorer usually a stage 1 high-grade ability user? Even an awakened can win province champ. A first stage awakened took the top spot. If that's for real, I swear I'll eat shit right here. Dude upstairs, you just wait. I'm going to find his martial arts exam video now. About these news posts. Most comments are doubting it. After all, in past years, the champion was always stage 1 high grade. Their ability level was at least A or B rank. But now this year's is just a first stage awakened. So nobody really believes he's the top scorer. Some extreme commenters started shouting in the comments, calling the martial arts exam a scam this year, claiming Su Jingming is some big shots kid who didn't deserve it and got shoved into first place. Cheating on the martial arts exam is serious business. But once these comments showed up, things started snowballing. A bunch went straight to Jiangqing's official account, demanding the truth. When things were getting heated, Jiangqing's official wasn't panicking at all, and just posted Su Jingming's martial arts test video. Some trolls, who were just waiting to hate, were completely dumbfounded. Turns out Su Jingming really is an awakened ability user. Damn, he shot right through a stage 1 unicorn beast's head. Holy shit. That power's stronger than most stage 1 users. Looks like a strength boost type ability. But he's just an awakened. How could his boost be this powerful? No way, he's not strength type. It's lightning ability? You're telling me this is first stage? Some shady media lied for clicks. Su Jingming's martial arts test lasted 12 hours, showing every single thing he did in the arena. So after the video dropped, all doubts about Su Jingming disappeared fast. Now, everyone admired his amazing marksmanship and his powerful lightning ability. Su Jingming is blowing up online. It's also a hot topic right here in Jiangqing. The Wuka college entrance exam is something everyone's involved in. But even the best Jiangqing score ever only made it into the top 100 in Jiangnan province. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing to talk about. So people in Jiangqing didn't really care much before. But now, things are different. Jiangqing has produced the provincial top scorer. Loads of people are excited. They're posting all about it online. Some folks who already knew Su Jingming are claiming to be his friends. And the local media in Jiangqing are getting busy. They all rushed over to Jiangqing No. 2 High School, trying to interview the principal. When Su Jingming scored over 10,000 points, the principal already figured this would happen. So he put on his suit and faced all those mics. Without a hint of nervousness, he spoke confidently. Besides that, Su Jingming's homeroom teacher and several subject teachers were also interviewed. This time, the usually strict homeroom teacher couldn't stop smiling. In every word, he had nothing but praise for Su Jingming. Apart from No. 2 High School, the City Education Bureau and high-level officials from the city government were interviewed too. Su Jingming is our pride in Jiangqing. Achievements like this are thanks to his own hard work. Of course, the school and the Education Bureau played a huge role too. As is the custom, Director Zhang Wenshan from the Education Bureau gave a few passionate official speeches. Then he announced that Su Jingming will receive a big reward, including 1 million cash and special training methods. After the Education Bureau gave their award, the city government followed right up, announcing they'd give Su Jingming $1 million in cash and a luxury villa in the city. Honoring the provincial top scorer is a long-standing tradition. Even though Jiangqing isn't as wealthy as Ning'an City, the provincial capital, it's still much poorer. But they can come up with a few million if they need to. And the attention Su Jingming brought to Jiangqing far outweighs what the government spent. All the drama online, Su Jingming has no clue about it. After getting calls from his aunt and the principal and the Education Bureau director congratulating him, he headed straight to Thunder Martial Arts Center. Even with his system, he still can't neglect basic training. Inside the training room, his nearly wrecked obsidian spear turned into a shadow as he swung it. He moved it so fast that piercing whistles sounded in the air. The obsidian spear weighs over 50 kilograms, yet it didn't faze him at all. Each move was spot on. Suddenly, his phone rang, interrupting Su Jingming's training. He frowned, put down his spear and picked up his phone. The caller ID showed Principal Zhao Yang from Jiangqing No. 2 High. Didn't the principal just call a minute ago? Why is he calling again? Being the provincial top scorer means Su Jingming is about to get really famous. But he doesn't like being disturbed, especially when he's training. so he set his phone to whitelist mode early on. But he didn't expect the principal to call repeatedly. Still, Su Jingming knew. The principal's not the type to call unless it's something important. He wouldn't call for nothing. So Su Jingming didn't hesitate anymore and tapped the answer button. Sure enough, as soon as the call connected, Principal Zhao Yao's excited voice came through. Su Jingming, hurry to the school. Top recruiters from the 3 elite colleges are here. Recruiters arrived so quickly? Su Jingming was surprised. The 3 top superpower universities. Qingjing Superpower University is in the north of Daxia. Jincheng Superpower University is in central Daxia. Both pretty far from Jiangnan province. Only Modu Superpower University is a bit closer to Jiangnan. Based on his guess, these recruiters shouldn't arrive until tomorrow at the earliest. Don't overthink it. Tell me where you are and I'll send a car for you. I'm at Thunder Martial Arts Center. Okay, just wait a bit. The car will be there soon. Meanwhile, at Jiangqing No. 2 High, Principal Zhao Yao, who was busy with interviews, once he found out recruiters from the 3 elite colleges arrived together, he was surprised. Then he quickly stopped the interviews and called Su Jingming to come to school. He personally led the 3 recruiters to the school VIP lounge. He served each one a cup of hot tea. Please take a seat, teachers. Su Jingming will be here in about 10 minutes. As a second-tier superpower and principal of a high school, Zhao Yao is a pretty big deal in Jiangqing. But right now, he's being totally humble and treats them very respectfully. Because he knows, these 3 big shots are not people he can afford to mess with. Even their casual display of high-level superpower energy makes him tremble inside. No worries, Principal Zhao. You go take care of things. We'll just wait here. Modu Superpower University Admissions Director, Zhang Chaoyang, smiled gently and waved his hand. With Zhao Yao gone, he turned to the other 2. He said with a laugh, guys, it's been a long time since we've all gathered like this. Besides him, there was 1 man and 1 woman in the room. The 2 of them were Su Yun from Qingjing Superpower University, a curvy, attractive woman, and Wu Yuan from Jincheng Arts University, a middle-aged man in a gray robe, with long hair. Just like Zhang Chaoyang, all of them are admissions directors at their schools. Way back before they became directors, they met at special recruitment events in different provinces. But since they've been directors, they rarely travel and haven't met again. But now, for Su Jingming, the 3 of them are together for a rare meeting. Mr. Zhang, no need for any polite talk. We're all clear on why we're here. Just to be clear, Su Jingming is ours at Qingjing Superpower University. Su Yun, Qingjing's recruiter, has a fiery personality just like her figure. She skipped the formalities and got straight to the point. You say he's yours? Well, we at Jincheng University want him, too. Wu Yuan, Jincheng's recruiter, wouldn't back down. He snorted, and Zhang Chaoyang rubbed his temples, feeling a headache coming on. Because every year, the college tournaments happen. All 3 top schools are picky with their recruits. They always take the best of the best. Especially for special recruits like the provincial top scorer. The competition is intense. It's not unusual to see recruiters actually fighting. That happens pretty often. And Zhang Chaoyang is totally okay with it. When it comes to showing the school's true power, he won't hold back. But this time is different. Zhang Chaoyang cleared his throat. You 2 are here, not just for his top score, but for his ability, right? Obviously, Suyun rolled her eyes. Seeing Zhang and Wu there, she knew their goals were the same. They were all after Su Jingming and his likely S-rank ability. In that case, once Su Jingming arrives, let's check his rank first. At Zhang's suggestion, Suyun and Wu Yuan looked at each other and then nodded. Confirm the rank before recruiting. For a moment, the whole room fell silent. Before long, with a sliding sound, the meeting room door opened. A tall figure with a spear entered, led by Principal Zhao. It was Su Jingming. As soon as he walked in, 3 pairs of eyes fixed on him. Fresh from the Thunder Dojo, Su Jingming was wearing loose training gear. He carried his broken obsidian spear. This appearance, compared to Zhao's sharp suit, seemed a bit humble. However, his upright posture and his clear, sharp eyes showed a calm composure that Zhao Yao, facing the recruiters, clearly lacked. Not bad, Suyun nodded. After the exams, most students would be blowing off steam. After 3 years of stress, they wouldn't think of training. But Su had clearly just finished. This alone put him above the rest. And more importantly, the 3 were level 5 spirit users. Even without using their powers, their invisible pressure was hard for normal people to face. This was obvious from Zhao's reaction. Yet Su Jingming was unfazed. He had a firm will, not easily shaken. As level 5 experts, Su Yun could see this, as could the others. So, upon meeting, Su Jingming left a great impression. Su, let me introduce them. This is Ms. Su from Qingjing University, Mr. Zhang from Magic City University, and Mr. Wu from Jincheng University. With Zhao's introduction, Su Jingming knew who they were. Hello, everyone. Su was respectful. He could sense the dangerous aura they radiated. They were at least level 4 users. Su, we've seen your combat videos. Your skills are amazing. Quite stunning. But I have a question. Your ability doesn't seem to be the level 1 weak electricity. Can you tell us why? It's fine if you can't. We're just curious. Zhang Chaoyang spoke first, his tone quite gentle. Principal Zhao also looked curious. Of course. Prepared, Su Jingming repeated his cover story. The day before the exam, I was struck by natural lightning, causing my ability to mutate. That is a possibility. Before coming, the three had done their research. They knew Su had been struck by lightning. They all nodded, accepting the explanation. Then Zhang reached out. Like a magic trick, a high-tech black device appeared in his hand. The others weren't surprised. You probably don't know your new ability's rank. I brought a tester from school. Come and try it out. Su Jingming nodded and stepped up. An ability tester. He'd only seen one at 16. That one was massive, like a double-door fridge. He'd never used a portable one and didn't know how it worked.